out your mouth, get you hurt, bro. If you don't like hip-hop, then turn this off now. Run back to Sean style. Do what I feel like the dog pound. The bar's open, so some more round. The bank open like the Rothschilds and Beethoven with raw sounds. All in together now. Catch, bet, and foul. Better thou. You won't see the second round. Them weapons out. Life is a violent sport, dig it? That's why I raise my gun. I ain't no child support, nigga. Protect the fam, a Kruger hand slick. Take care of mine. 3 stacks told you about Caroline. Oh, stupid ass bitch.
Yeah. Yo. I'm just laughing just because I'm laughing. Yo, what's going on? Welcome to the Hot Tag Radio Podcast, and I'm your host, Cliff. And amongst my, whatever they call it, is Big Ooh.
What up, man?
And Catch P.
I'm sitting out to let the rest of the bad signal. What's good, though?
What up?
Co-hosts out here, man. We the Hot Tag Radio Podcast, and we got our 2 special co-hosts, Noveliss and Hir-o, promoting their new album, Cyberpunk Rapsody.
Wait, the great Noveliss and the great Hir-o on the show today. The great Noveliss and the great Hir-o on the show today.
Appreciate y'all, man. The reason why I was laughing is because I was laughing at the final bar in the intro song.
They get him.
Yeah.
That's why I stopped it right there. That's why
don't play around, bro.
The intro is fire.
Yeah, super fire.
Crazy, man. Catch P produced by Foul Mouth, man. And shout out to Foul Mouth.
Yep.
Shout out to the homie Catch P. Hey, we tried. Look, man, I was trying to get y'all a song on the intro. Shoot it to me, man. We'll get on there next week, man. I gotta have that Cyberdyne Systems. Oh, come on.
Oh, my bad, bro. That's on me. My fault.
We're gonna talk about that song in a minute, bro. We gotta talk about that song in a minute, man. I just want to say something real quick, man.
Santos Candy Bar.
You know it. Hey, man, thanks for coming on. Noveliss, man. I want to say something to you real quick, bro. The Book of Changes album, bro. I don't know if I think I've texted you and told you this, bro, how you narrated some shit, helped me navigate some stuff during that time, bro. Yeah, when I was out of work and I was down, man, and that's when I learned the phrase, the functioning depression phrase from you. We was talking about that. We was talking about how how certain things in life still get to us, bro. And that album, man, really, was a pivotal moment, man. And when I was out of work and down and out, man. So, hey, really appreciate that, man. Music heals, bro. And brother, you really took me there with that one, man. So I really do appreciate you for that one.
Thank you. Book of Changes. That was what year was that? That was like 20.
That was like right COVID.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody was going through it back then, man.
Man. Yeah. You definitely helped navigate. So I appreciate you, man. Oh, you already know, bro. God damn it. You already know, man.
Yeah.
This brother right here was one of the best producers in the world, man.
That's a fact.
Straight up, man.
I want to say
to have y'all on today.
I want to say something too. I know in our little group, what's up? We had a little beef. We already talked about it, but
we need to have a cell match. We like to
it was never no beef, man. I just like
hold on. Let me actually take the reins on that, bro. I didn't have the full context of the situation. I was being an asshole. That's all on me, bro. My apologies. I didn't have I just came in with too many hot takes. I came in with zero. I didn't know who nobody was. I was just like, man, flame throwing, and I should not have done that. That's on me, man. My bad. It's all love, bro.
Hero
that's why I wanted the group to debate some shit. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't have I came in with the wrong idea of what was going on. I was not prepared for what the actual community was. I didn't know y'all niggas was actually real human beings. I just thought y'all was just like squares on the internet. So my
yeah, man, but
I'm a little round. I ain't no square. I'm a little round.
Yeah, we're no squares. Bro.
Yeah. I appreciate you though, man. All love, Cliff.
Yeah, man. I love the music, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, I'm just here just to live life, man. You know.
No,
so.
that's all me, bro. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
But man, look, we gonna shoot the shit for a second till we get. Till I feel like we shoot the shit for a minute, man. We always talk about sports, man. But the Olympics, I don't know if y'all any Olympic fan and stuff like that. I'm an Olympic fan. I used to run track back in high school, but I know Noveliss used to hoop. I just want to know, how do you feel about this 3-on-3 basketball in the Olympics?
I like it. I think it's cool. I think I know the USA women's usually does pretty good, but they still use really high level.
They got like one WNBA and 2 college players. They got Haley Van Lathe on that team.
Haley Van Lathe. Okay. Yeah, she's really good. I know the men's team is struggling. I know
they out.
They're out.
They are?
They're out.
Yeah,
they're out. They got eliminated today.
But I don't.
Who was on the team?
Jimmy for
that was the only name I recognized.
Yeah, he was the only player I recognized from. I didn't recognize the other players. They use they're still good players. They use some overseas guys normally, right? And
some like college
high level college players and stuff. They don't use pros. Well, they use NBA players. But yeah, 3-on-3, the rules, the way it is, it's different. You know what I mean?
So here's the reason why we aren't dominating that. We could if we really wanted to. But the reason why we can't send NBA players to that league is because in order to qualify for the Olympics, you have to have gone through like some sort of like qualification process that happens during the NBA season. So it ain't like the Olympics when they can just pick the teams. You got to go through like preliminary 3-on-3 shit, and it kind of eliminates the NBA players from that competition. But don't get it twisted, bro. Like if we sent Bron and KD and
Steph Curry,
right,
beat everybody by 100.
They can't use the people that's in the 3-on-3 Ice Cube League, the Big Three.
That's a good
guys. That's maybe that'll be something that happens.
I felt like that was who should have been the players represented.
Now after they got embarrassed and got eliminated so quick, I mean, shit.
Right.
I would get on the phone with Cube immediately if I was them.
They better go get ISO Joe immediately.
Exactly.
Immediately.
They need
immediately.
The Colangelo of the 3-on-3 basketball.
Yo, you know who would be my top 3? It would be ISO Joe.
Yeah.
It would be Michael Beasley.
Yep.
Mike Beasley.
Mike Beasley. Mike Beasley,
bro.
And then probably like Jamal Crawford, or either Jamal Crawford or
they score every possession.
Jamal, he might. In case he's too old, I would go. What's Joe's brother's name?
Jordan Crawford.
Yes, Jordan Crawford. Yeah. Fun fact: he and I played on the same AAU team together when we were in high school.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah,
he was really, really good always. He was imagine he was like already excellent, but he was only like 5'9", and then his senior year he grew like a foot. It was crazy, and then all of a sudden he was like a 5-star recruit. It was crazy.
If I ain't had
you played college ball, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I played little D3, something light. You know what I'm saying?
Don't down,
brother. Right, that ain't like, brother.
Noveliss
play.
Hey, that's why. Hey, listen, bro. That's why.
I didn't know you played. I didn't know Hir-o played.
Yeah, no, I played a little bit, bro. That's why when me and Noveliss talk basketball, I'm not trying to hear nobody fucking mouth. We've been there, and we know what the fuck we talking about. I don't want to hear nothing about y'all, and not y'all, but just in general.
Understood.
You know what I'm saying? These Twitter hipsters, these analytic I don't want to hear none of that shit, nigga.
Hey, I used to get down. I didn't play it for my high school team, but I used to get down, man. I was the Gus Macker king back in the day, bro.
Hey,
we got like about 5 championships. Me, Otis Williams, back in the day. I'm telling you, couldn't touch me on that 3-on-3 court.
I'm not saying that the analytics and the Twitter guys don't know. They know what they're talking about, but nigga, if your jump shot look like these, I'm only gonna take what you have to say just a little bit seriously. Like,
I feel you. I feel you.
You gonna hear my Wemby talk?
Oh hell!
Give a damn what y'all. Huh? Give a damn what y'all say.
I'm a Pistons fan. I know.
You go hear that Whitby talk all season.
Me and Cliff are huge Pistons fan. Nav is a secondary Pistons fan. He's a Warriors fan first.
Catch is a Pistons fan.
Yeah, I'm a big Pistons fan. I was riding with Killian Hayes till he got cut, dog. I was trying to defend him.
Low key, me too, man. I was
our guy, man.
I was trying to defend him, dog.
I was trying to defend him too, man. But
y'all be delusional.
At this year, I was like, man.
Be on your team next year.
After that,
nah, we got too many French niggas already. We got too many French niggas. We had our French nigga limit.
Nah, hell no. You gonna take Killian. You gonna take these Killian Hayes minutes, bro.
No,
you gonna take this Killian Hayes 1 for 12.
I feel like he's a pop player too.
I feel like we should have had him though. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, he can fit, but now nobody want him. Why we got to take him?
You don't feel like pop? I feel like
makes Wemby comfortable.
Player, like
he could.
That could.
Killian,
a long guard.
It's something there. It's something there.
Killian Hayes was one switch away from being a solid NBA player. If he could just make shots at an average level, just not even he ain't got to be a knockdown shooter. Just to be able to make shots at just an average NBA level, he would be a nice seventh man on the team.
He was a great
Hero. I was saying
he was, bro.
Yeah, because without our shooting coach,
he
would have probably helped. He would have probably helped him out right there.
Man, we got the best shooting coach in the biz.
A lot of his confidence.
That's why he's coming to y'all. He gonna be his Spurs.
You know how you know his confidence is because when he went to France, and I knew this was gonna happen. I said this to myself. I didn't say it out loud because I didn't want to activate it into the universe. But when he went to France, he was on a hot streak, right? Remember they played that game overseas last year. He was on a hot streak for like 2 weeks. He was going crazy. Then he went to France and put up an egg. He went to France and he was like 1 for 15 or something like that. And I was like, his confidence is going to be broken when he comes back. He never recovered from that. Right. He never recovered from that shit, bro.
Man. He didn't even make the Olympic team. That kind of hurt my soul too.
Man, I was like
damn, fam. How you not make? I don't know. 6'5" point guard.
Is Killian the new Darko?
Well, no.
Darko can hoop. Darko actually can hoop. Look who he played.
Look, bro. Listen, y'all, if we want to turn this to a Pistons podcast, we can do that, right?
Oh no, I'm just shooting the shit right now.
I feel
the Darko was a high pick. The Darko was a high. With the ramifications.
You can't get. Listen, here's the Darko take, right? We are all in a similar age range. Y'all remember? A lot of these young niggas don't remember when Darko was picked at 2. He was a universally heralded high lottery pick. Like everybody thought he was going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Now, whether or not we were right is irrelevant. But people make it seem retrospectively like people make it seem like the Pistons were just like, oh, we just like fuck Carmelo, like we just gonna pick this random European. Like that's not what happened, bro. Darko was like he was a super high ranked prospect.
He was
he was expected to be a top 3 pick.
And this was like at a time when European stars were really just starting to be highly coveted.
Exactly.
Here's the thing. I'm not going to defend Darko. He was still a bust. Let's not get it twisted. He was still a bust.
That was the bust of busts. You know what I'm saying?
Denver was about to pick him. Denver was about to pick him if we
didn't get him. Exactly. So my thing is, I just want us to be careful. Like it wasn't the no-brainer that people make it seem like. Like Darko was a heralded pick.
The roster. Who was on the roster at the time? Didn't we have Rasheed?
No, we didn't have Rasheed.
No, we didn't
have Rasheed at the time.
Ben Wallace was still there. Ben Wallace was still there.
Everybody was there, Rasheed.
Yep. So
everybody was there with Rasheed.
Rasheed came in.
Chauncey was there. Chauncey was there.
Yeah.
The whole starting lineup, but everybody there was there, Rasheed, right?
Yeah.
The question
Tayshaun was there.
Tayshaun
was there. Tayshaun was there.
Tayshaun was there.
Drafted.
Everybody was there.
Let me tell you how much of a Pistons nerd I am. Tayshaun was drafted 23rd overall in 2002, the year right before that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they had Tayshaun.
I'm a slave to this team, bro. I'm embarrassed about how.
Listen, don't be embarrassed. I am too, bro. I just try not to talk about it.
Hey, Oob, my Piston fandom.
Listen,
my favorite player out there.
Mine too, bro. Mine too.
Cliff got red, blue, and white bed sheets. Cliff.
My future puppy, me and my wife, is named Lil Zeke.
There you go.
It's not named after my uncle. It's named after Isaiah Thomas.
My man.
We're
gonna be
all y'all delusional. And Noveliss delusional for liking Steph Curry.
Whoa!
Hold on.
You better go make me put
I'm sorry, bro.
My worst enemy.
My cup. Whoa.
Hey, I'm a real Warriors fan though. Like everybody that knows me knows I'm an actual Warriors fan.
Bro, me and one of the first things that we bonded over was our mutual love for Kalina Azubuike when he played for the Warriors in like
Kalina Azubuike. Oh my God!
Yo,
wow.
Real Warriors.
He was a bucket, bro. He was good.
He was just silently scoring, dropping like 30, 35. Nobody cared.
Yeah.
It was during the dark ages of the Warriors, but this dude was a hooper, man.
Bro, shout out to our homie Eric. Have y'all had him on the podcast yet?
No.
Bro, y'all, that would be the most hilarious like tag team of all time. Y'all, that's our homie Eric. So he's like a big brother to me. One of my best friends, Gary, his older brother Eric, and sort of by proxy, kind of an older brother figure to me. He does his own wrestling podcast. He's a part of our like Soracast community. He's fucking hilarious.
Okay.
Like, he would be a great
guy.
Yeah, he would be a great fit.
Let's link it up.
Yeah, we got to get Eric on here. Then.
He is a great fit.
He does like hilarious.
This dude does.
I'm gonna bring a wicker chair when he come back. I saw that comment. I'm gonna give me a wicker chair. I have it ready.
Wrestling impressions. He does very good subtle wrestling impressions. Like
funny.
You know, people do like Macho Man, and it's like this eccentric, loud impression, but he can do like Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels.
The Bret Hart one is hilarious.
I just want to hear the Shawn Michaels. Really I want to hear the Shawn Michaels.
Talk like them and act like them. It's amazing.
Hey, this is Bret the Hitman Hart.
He does it so well.
So
let's look it up.
Let's go ahead and start up the show, right, man. I don't want to keep y'all long. I don't want to keep this podcast long like we usually do, but most likely it's gonna be an hour and a half. But still, let's go on. Let's go on and
grab a beer.
Let's talk about your y'all album right now before we get into the SummerSlam talks, man. Right now we got Noveliss and Hir-o. We talking about their new album, Cyberpunk Rapsody, man. It came out when did your album officially come out on DSP?
It came out June 26th, so about over a month ago at this point.
Over a month ago.
Yeah. It still feels like it just came out.
Feels like it just came out.
Yeah.
Man, I want to say, man, amazing album, man, and y'all represented the state of Michigan as y'all always do to the fullest, man. And I just want to ask a couple of questions, and the fellas want to ask you a couple of questions. I just want to know how was it working? Elzai is one of my favorite MCs in Michigan right now.
Oh my Lord.
That then
I
know Jared worked with Elzai before, but how was it working with Elzai and recording that song? I'm not going to name no songs because the song is just too complicated.
Hyper combo,
man. Okay.
Hey, come on,
I can't remember that. I can't remember that shit, man.
Don't you worry, man. We got you, dog.
Yeah, man.
We got you,
baby.
Listen,
I listen to too much music throughout the week. I listen to different shit
it's all
at work,
good,
man. So y'all shit's just too complicated to remember. I'm sorry.
No, it ain't.
But
that's probably one of the dopest fucking songs of the year. When I seen the feature list on that bitch. Go ahead, Cliff. Ask your question.
That's my question. How was it working with Elzai, man? Because I love Elzai, man. He's one of my favorite artists in Michigan. How was it working with Elzai? What was the thought process in putting him on that song? And what was the thought process as far as coming up with the subject of the song?
Well, Elzai is, first of all, one of my top 5 favorite MCs of all time.
Same.
Not even just Michigan, just ever. And I wanted to do a song with Elzai forever. And you know, it had been something that me and him had always kind of talked about, but couldn't actually get it to happen. And then I did a festival in Boston, and he was performing there too, and we kind of kicked it, and that's kind of how we finally, was able to, actually make it happen. And then, his verse is one of the best verses of all time, right? But sending, so me and Hiro always talk about how, sending him the song, and then we're like, wait, does he play fighting games? You know what I mean? But then he sends this verse back, and it's becomes this situation where it's dually impressive either way.
Yes.
If he plays fighting games, this is an incredible verse.
Yes.
If he doesn't play fighting games, that means he did the homework to make this verse the way that it is, which makes it maybe better than if he did play fighting games. So it was crazy when he sent that back, because it's one of those things where he could have sent back any verse and we would have been happy and we'd have made it work.
We said this on our podcast, bro. Like, if he could have sent back him burping, and we would have been like, no, bro, hell no, no, dog. It wouldn't have. He could have sent back anything. We would have been like, bro, let's go. We got Elzay on that bitch. But he came back with some of the nerdiest, sweatiest bars of all time, and they were all fire.
And it's more special if you actually fuck with it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because I fuck with that shit so heavy, and when I heard it, man, I'm like, oh my god, bro! And I'm like,
part is, we actually been sitting on this for like a damn near a year almost. We got this back a long time ago. Before we actually got the song back, or we got the verse back from him before we knew what this project was going to be. Because this it was going to be. We had like an idea of what generally it was going to be. It had a different name. It might have gone in a different direction, but like the real conceptual piece, which I'm sure we'll talk about eventually, that hadn't happened yet. And once it did happen, it allowed us to like put it like the full place.
Let's dive into that concept, because I know it's heavily Daft Punk influenced, and I've seen that. And what did y'all conceptualize? So y'all start putting songs together, and then y'all decided what the project was going to be, or
let's answer this in two ways. I'm gonna answer it like aesthetically, like the sound aesthetic, and obviously you got your answer as far as like where you were artistically and how they came together. It was just perfect. So for me, I had already been working on a project that I was calling in my little beat folder. It was literally called Daft Punk Inspired Album, right? Like that's what I had it as. Because I was just waiting for it to reveal itself to me. You know what I'm saying? It was just and there was a couple of joints, like for example, the protagonist, Jobu Tupaki, and one more, I can't remember which, but those three were like going to be on my like solo record, right? They were just going to be, I don't know what I was going to do with them, but they weren't going to be for this. Then Noveliss had his experience where he, went through what he went through, and he'll talk about that. And then came to me with the idea of, I want you to drive. I want you to drive creatively, like aesthetically. I want you to like pick the creative sound, the sonic direction of the project. And I had already been working on this Daft Punk piece, and I was like, well, shit, like that's kind of where I'm at right now. That's what I'm feeling. And I was like, all right, bro, like nigga, you ready to fucking blast off in this bitch? He was down to go to strap into the spaceship, and it was all good. So that was where that piece came from. And I just loved, once we came up with the title, that came later, and just the cyberpunk aesthetic that Daft Punk has. They are probably my biggest inspirations outside of Nujabes and Jay Dilla. A lot of hip hop producers don't say that, but Daft Punk is right there for me. Matter of fact,
you've been saying that for a couple of years.
It's a record. I got the vinyl back there somewhere, but like that's like the Bible for me, bro. Like I really, really fuck with them. And just an opportunity for me, like personally, the photo shoot that we did, where we did like the side-by-side comparison with Daft Punk and like me and Noveliss, that was like a bucket list thing for me. So I'm glad that we got that taken care of. But the way that it came together, from your perspective, how that all tied into the place, how did that go for you?
So when I talked about the artwork, right, the cover for the album, I always say that it's the same story that you hear in the sound and of the album is what's on the cover, right? I always say, when I was making this project, I was really close to being done. I was very close to quitting music, And
Wow.
If you look at the cover, it's a samurai being lifted off of a battlefield by a spaceship, and I always say you can hear it in the project, the music I was making before. It shows, it tells the story of the spaceship rescuing the samurai from his current battlefield and taking him somewhere else. And I always say, like I said before, I was really close to quitting and being done, and then kind of allowing Hir-o to steer and take control of the sound of this, like really inspired me and lifted me off of the place I was at and brought me somewhere different, and kind of reignited my fire for creating music again. So definitely
crazy. That's dope.
That's crazy. I know.
Music heals, man.
Bro, and I'll also say, just to play it, to play it forward all the way. This is like me paying Noveliss back for doing the same thing for me years ago. Like when we first hooked up, like he and I were like, we had known of each other. And we were friendly on the internet, on Twitter. We talk shit. We do a little nerdy stuff here and there. But we didn't really start becoming like brothers for real until like maybe 2016, 2017, when we were working on Cerebral Apex. And he hit me up this is before you and I even met, Oob. He hit me up at a time where I was like really out of music, bro. I had this career catch. You probably remember like when I was really doing music heavy with like Black Pack and Chris Ork and all of them. I was really like, I felt like I was gonna go, and then life happened, and I started working. I was working at Quicken Loans. I was working 70 hours a week. I couldn't do no kind of music. I lost all my momentum.
I understand that.
100%, right.
That
was like a different career for me. Like it was like a different version of my career, and I basically was like, dog. I opened up my music software one time, and I looked back, nigga, it said I ain't opened this bitch up in 8 months. That's how long it was since I had, and I didn't even notice it. I didn't even know it. So he hit me up during that time, and I shout out to him because he did it twice. He hit me up for a project that was, what was before Cerebral Apex?
I don't know. Hey, too much.
So whatever the record was before Cerebral Apex, he hit me up and was like,
I think I was trying to get you to work.
Oh, you was on Supreme.
The group, okay. It might have been one of the Clear Soul Forces records. But I was super honored, right? Because obviously he was already making his name for himself as one of our GOATs. And I'm like, bro, I would fucking love to, dog, but I ain't got no time. I can't do nothing. You know?
I ain't got no beats.
I ain't got no beats, and I ain't got no time to make no beats, bro. And I dropped the ball on it, and I was like, that was my shot. I'm trash now. And shout out to my bro. He hit me back again the second time to work on Cerebral Apex, and I was like, bro, I just quit Quicken Loans, bro. Like I'm fucking locked in on this creative shit. Let's get it. And that was the beginning of this new version of Hir-o that's been around for the past 5 or so years. So shout out to my mans for that.
Yeah, and then even off of that, I went from, he ended up us working together, and that little bit of time and space, transformed into me recording with him, and then him kind of getting his feet into the mixing, and he started mastering, and then he records my music, he mixes my music, masters it. You know what I mean? So it really took us from barely kind of scratching the surface of working with each other to him just doing everything that, you know what I mean? Even the stuff that he doesn't produce, he still mixes it.
Yeah. And it also birthed the podcast too, because we used to, when we recorded, we would just hang out for like 2 hours just talking shit. We wouldn't even do no music. We'd just be and then
supposed to do music.
I gotta come on, man. I got it. Listen, I'm a nerd too now. I'm a nerd too, man.
Same here. You know,
I'm heavy in the y'all know I'm heavy in the comics, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no facts.
I was heavy into the comics, but you know, I'm not.
Sometimes, bro, you be saying crazy shit online, and then though, and I be like, bro, we don't know what the fuck you talking about, and then he drop a fucking bar, and I'll be like, damn, he do know.
Goddamn right. Even when I'm wrong, I'm right.
Because I be ready to bounce like, no, nigga, you wrong.
No, I used to draw back in the day, man. So I was really heavy. Me and two other cats we grew up with. We was heavy into the comic game, man. But I kind of fell out of it. But I love the movie still. But as far as drawing and stuff like that involving comics, I was I'm not into it like that no more. But we all into one thing we have in common is wrestling, and I just want to know if you see me looking to the side, I'm looking at my questions.
Looking like he got something he want.
This is my second question.
Okay, I gotta go to the album.
After this is gonna be Oob and Catch. After this,
okay.
We all into wrestling right now, and right now forever. You know, I just want to know what match got you fully involved in professional wrestling right now.
That's a great question.
I know you got a long answer, so I'm gonna just go first. For me, it was not any particular match. It was more a moment that got me into wrestling. There's two moments. So when I first got into wrestling, I was a big WCW guy because I was the right age for it. Right, he and I both were like the right age for to be like really enamored with the Sting NWO drama when it first popped off. So I just remember like that because I was into fucking comic books, I was into Mortal Kombat, I was into Street Fighter, all of this shit, and I'm like, bro, Sting he's a superhero, bro. Like he's the fucking Crow. Like how could that not be my favorite wrestler, bro? Like look at him coming down from the rafters, all of that shit. So, like that was like the moment that got me into like the drama of wrestling. In terms of what got me back into wrestling in the modern era, it was actually, you'll probably think this is funny, Oob. It was actually Shinsuke Nakamura when he in his WWE work. I didn't know about him in New Japan.
I'm surprised about that. I'm surprised about that, low-key.
I know, but let me explain. I was introduced to him for the first time in WWE and NXT, as a matter of fact. And I was like, bro, who is this like samurai, like Michael Jackson ass nigga, bro? Like, like I love whatever this is, I love it. And so once I discovered him through WWE, I went back and did research and learned about all of his New Japan stuff. And then I remembered that New Japan even existed, because back in WCW they used to cross over with New Japan all the time, and I had forgotten about that. And I was like, oh fuck, I forgot about Japanese wrestling. That's like a whole thing. And so that moment got me back into modern wrestling.
For me, if I'm talking a specific match that really kind of showed me that I love pro wrestling, I think I've said this before, I think maybe on our podcast, probably the most important match. You guys know I love Japanese wrestling. New Japan's my favorite. But I think Bret Hart versus Shawn, the Iron Man match from WrestleMania 12, I always talk about that match because, as a kid,
that was a great match. That was a great match.
Great
match. Sat down and watched the whole match.
What pay-per-view was that?
WrestleMania 12.
Okay.
Never looked away. And then just so as a New Japan fan, I love when wrestling is presented as a contest of sport. And this was that. I remember the videos like leading up to it, they were showing them like how hard they were training, and it was just like a big pro wrestling main event that was presented like it was the contest of sport. And it was like that match really showed me the kind of wrestling I like, and then I feel like that turned into me being a big fan of Japanese wrestling. If you watch the match, it's worked in a very, kind of Japanese style too. It's long, technical wrestling, a lot of holds, a lot of things like that. The match is amazing too. I think it's still really good. It's still one of my favorite matches ever.
Yes, of course.
I would say
Absolutely.
that's definitely probably the most important match in my fandom. Might not be my favorite, but if I had to say important match, it's definitely that one.
What's your favorite match?
Favorite match? The Kenny Omega versus Okada Wrestle Kingdom 11. That's my favorite match.
Oh.
You were there for that one, didn't you?
I think you said that before, yeah.
You were there for that one, right?
No, I was at Wrestle Kingdom 12. The next
okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
So that was Kenny Omega versus Chris Jericho, and then Naito versus Okada for the championship.
Okay.
I also want to make sure I point out that another thing that was really inspirational for me to really become a wrestling fan was the video games, bro.
Oh man,
specifically,
I got a story for y'all.
I already know. Oob gives me a lot of shit for not being a. And let me give you some context, bro. He gives me shit for not being like a day one WWE fan, and let me explain why. And this will make it easier for you to understand. You got to understand that my introduction to wrestling was Monday Night Nitro. It was Thunder, and it was WCW versus NWO World Tour. Those were the first three wrestling things that I ever took into my life. Yeah. I discovered the Attitude Era later, and I had a lot of fun with that. But like my introduction to wrestling was that moment.
I understand that. I definitely understand that. You know,
you got all the contents available to go back and be a historian now. You know what I'm saying?
When we was young,
I got brought in. I don't know what you
I'm older than.
Content's available for you to go back to be a historian, man.
I'm older than Oob, so when you said that, I understand it fully now because I was a WCCW fan, NWA / WCW fan. Then I used to watch because all of it used to come on TV for us, ESPN, TBS.
Like it came on Saturdays, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what we watched on TV all the time. So back those times, we was a fan of all of them equally. For me, me and my brother.
It wasn't as toxic as it was now. It wasn't
toxic as it was now.
It wasn't. I'm telling you, bro.
You know, I'm 45. I'm 45 years old. So you know, I'm old. I don't know how old Catch is, but
43.
43. So I knew he was in his 40s. So, and
this is the first time I've been around people that are older than me in a while.
Yeah, I'm 45. Yeah, so
welcome to the club, brother. Welcome to the 45.
Club. I'm old as hell. I just, I color my beard. So, I'm coloring my beard.
I refuse, bro. I refuse.
I got a couple.
But I love wrestling. Me and Ooh, ECW,
the best pros of all time.
The Monday Night Wars.
Yeah.
Man, you should have saw us when we was in school. That's what I was going to say. When high school.
Yeah, me and Cliff whooped somebody's ass and then took off our jackets and revealed NWO shirts.
Y'all niggas turned heel.
We was doing heels on that. We threw this nigga through a window. We threw him through a real window, broke the glass. Man, look, dog, that shit was serious.
Yeah, it was serious.
Oh my God, dog.
The worst thing we used to do was the DX in the hallway. That's the worst thing. I was throwing niggas through windows.
NWO for life, baby.
NWO.
When I used to go, my cousin Jason used to babysit me and my brother, and they used to beat me up and write NWO on my back with a marker. I remember one time my mom, I was getting a bath at home, and she saw it on my back, and she was like, "What is this?" I was like, "I don't like going over to Jason's house.
Bro,
they always beat me."
You know what's funny? I told you this story about when me and Evan would wrestle, but I didn't. The mom piece is hilarious. Your mom was mad at you for having NWO on your back. Well, peep this. So one of my best friends, Edmund, he's on our podcast sometimes. He and I grew up together. So one time we were wrestling and he put me in a sharpshooter, like for real. Or no, he put me in a figure 4 leg lock. That was my move.
Yeah.
But look, he did it in front of my mom. We were like, we were just hanging out. We were at my mom's house, or we were at my house. And you know how like your parents, especially in black families, you can't catch no ass whooping in front of your parents because they will not.
You get in trouble,
bro. You get in trouble getting your ass whooped. And my mom was mad at me because I got put in the foot figure four and I couldn't get out. Like, do something, get out. And I'm like, I can't.
Hey, that shit is impossible to get out from, bro.
Right,
bruh.
Just help.
Right, you're an adult. Help me.
Right, you gotta break this hole, Mama. Come break the hole.
The reversing didn't work. You try to flip
right.
it over.
Bro, that shit did not work because
that shit hurt worse.
That shit don't work at all. I definitely tried that.
But I'm gonna put it to Oob and Catch, man. Give a few questions in that we're gonna get to our SummerSlam review, man. And Noveliss and Hir-o is gonna join us. If y'all just joined in, we have Noveliss and Hir-o co-hosting with us. Man, they are promoting their new album, Cyberpunk Rapsody, out right now. You can stream it anywhere, buy it anywhere.
Buy the vinyl.
Listen to that, boy. Buy the vinyl.
Now, hold on. Y'all watching the show, buy the vinyl. Can y'all get the link in there? That link in there. Buy the vinyl, man.
Yeah,
at least go to Bandcamp if you ain't gonna buy the vinyl. Stop
exactly.
You can buy it right from Bandcamp though, right? You can still get it from Bandcamp. You can do the vinyl purchase.
Go ahead from Bandcamp, vinyl, man. You know, buy the vinyl, you know.
Buy the vinyl, man.
Also, I still got Hir-o t-shirts. I got the fat nigga. I got a 2X left. Anybody want one?
Two? That nigga said fat nigga in a 2X.
Hey, I'm still rocking large. I'm still rocking large. You know what I'm saying? I'm good.
I got a Hir-o armband. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen. Go. Catch. Ooh, you got any questions for Noveliss and Hir-o, man? Shoot them off right quick, bro.
Ooh, shit, Catch, you know what I tell you, man. You go ahead. You go.
I got a question, bro. So I had to pull some bars up, you know what I'm saying? Because I was listening. I had to listen twice, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, so based off what you were saying earlier, let me make sure I'm reading this right. I'm not gonna read it like I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna read it like a narrator. But you say my understanding of ancient, I mastered the English language. The art of peace is elusive. I painted through every movement. The silent battle cry, reading stories of black samurai. I've grown as an artist, but what about as a person? My communication skills fall deeper beneath the surface. A man of few words if I didn't write them with a purpose. I've been knowing Nav since like 2009, and he don't pop out that much. He is a man of few words. So I want to know them bars right there. Did that kind of have something to do with what you were saying earlier, where you was like, yo, I'm ready to just put the mic down and go on and do something else?
I think so. You know, like I said, I really don't say much, and I don't go pop out a lot, and you know, so I feel like me releasing a project, anytime I release a project, I just want people to understand how important it is and how much it means that I'm actually exposing myself artistically and personally to the world. You know what I mean? Because it's not something I do very often. So, you know, I think those rhymes right there really just you know, show how it's a big deal to me when I'm releasing an album or a project.
I think it's a big deal to everybody, for real, especially people who've been around you, who know, like, please don't quit, bro. Don't quit. Please don't quit. You're needed. You're needed, bro.
For sure. Hey, Catch, you actually, so that I'm about to say some goofball shit, but that bar.
Today, what up, though?
That bar that you.
Cortez, what up, though? I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Is right before one of my favorite parts of the entire album, an inside joke between Noveliss and I. What up, though, Olajide?
Olajide, what up, though?
So right after that bar, because I think the next bar is something. My phone don't got any service. Yeah. And then there's that Street Fighter like death sound. So this is such a sweaty inside joke that maybe only like one or two other humans even know the origin story of. Back during COVID, and I tried to find the footage of this and I can't find it, but back during COVID, we did a like a Patreon live, quote unquote, live concert where we like recorded a concert and like have Patreon people. Like we recorded it from my basement in Highland Park. And we, whatever. And we performed some songs live. This is way before this was an actual project, but this particular song, Coffee in Switzerland, rough draft.
Yeah, I was gonna say a stripped down version.
A rough draft version of it existed back then, and we performed it. And Noveliss fucked up the line live, or like I don't know if he fucked it up. It looked like he fucked it up because he repeated himself. I don't know if it was on purpose or not, but he looked back at me and he made like a face. And then because in our podcast, like anytime something funny happens, we do the Street Fighter noise. So he looked back at me and made a funny face, and I was just like, ugh, and then I made the sound as a play on the. So then when we recorded it for real, I just threw it in there just as a memento to that moment, and it stayed in through every version into the live version. And then when we perform it live now, I literally throw a Hadouken at him while he's performing during that part. We're some fucking nerds, bro. When we tell you we're nerds, like we're serious about that.
That's hey, bro. I love it, man.
Man, right.
I love it, bro. I'm right there with it. I get everything y'all put out there. It's like shit. It's my type of shit. When I seen the track list, no. But listen, he hopped into the lyricism part. I'm gonna hop into the production. You know what I'm saying? I used to do beats back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
I know still do beat.
Yeah, come on back, dog. Come on back.
Man,
we ain't trying to hear that.
Listen, the point, like I'm talking to Hir-o right now because Hir-o probably I understand how it feels to be a producer and not be able to get your ideas across or having to convince somebody to get your idea across. So I wonder how it felt for Noveliss to say, "Hey, bro, I'm riding your wave on this one." You know what I'm saying? So now you can just do everything you want sonically and then really guide it creatively the way you want to, the way you hear it in your head, because I know how producers think. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, we got all these, ideas and stuff that we could just want to produce and put there out there like that. So how that feel, bro, about MC, especially like Noveliss say, "Hey, brother, take the motherfucking wheel."
For sure. It was
DJ Davey Boy Wonder.
I'll say this, bro. I think that it's a function of our friendship, though. Like when I say this is one of my best friends, I mean like literally, like this nigga is a brother, bro. Like I got like 2 niggas on earth that are in my like the most inner of circles, and this nigga is among them, right? So like I would say that because of that relationship, it was easy for him to trust me. And since I believed in that trust, I didn't really think twice about it. You know what I mean? I didn't really think because we also like I know on some like producer shit, like I know the BPM range that he likes, right? And that just so happens to be the BPM range that I prefer to work in for the nerds out there. It's like 86 to 95. That range is probably my specialty.
Right. Don't worry, y'all. I don't know either.
Don't get it twisted now. I can do anything. I'm not going to be limited by any particular number. But if I'm left to my own devices, I will probably end up somewhere in that range. And it's a really, so you said, Cliff, for your point of reference, it's very much a kind of a nigga with bars, like a lyrical.
Yeah, I know. I actually know a little bit, but
okay, respect.
I just don't know. I know. I know.
Listen, Cliff rap name was Socrates, y'all. His name was Socrates.
I know.
Cliff can flow. Hir-o, I heard you rap too. Now,
what you mean? When you hear me rap?
Somebody said that Hir-o can rap.
Ain't nobody ever. There is a recording of me rapping.
Wait, what?
It'll never see the light of day. I don't even know if it exists though. The only person who know about that shit is my homie Doss.
I'm hitting up Doss right now.
Nah, bro, chill.
I forgot.
Chill. Come on, Hir-o.
Bro, I was like, let me think. I might have been like 17, bro.
Hey, but every producer know how to rap. They know the cadence. Every producer got to stay on beat.
He know how to rap.
I understand the science of rapping.
Right.
Being able to perform it is a totally different thing.
Totally different thing.
I don't have that skill at all. But anyways, to answer your question, so I can just hope y'all forget about that last piece. It was easy, bro. Like it was really easy. I think there's mutual trust. And it was easy, bro. Like I know the kind of beats that he likes. I know the kind of beats that I like, and it just so happens that there is a really big cross section where both of those, there's a Venn diagram where both of those our preferences line up really easily, so it was no big deal.
Rayhana Mac, man, thank you for tuning in. Love y'all. Love you too. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
Another quick question for Noveliss here. Now, Noveliss, me and you share a love of many MC. And I feel like y'all my cousins sometimes. You know, my favorite rapper is MF Doom. Your favorite rapper, you said, was MF Doom. You did a whole tribute album to him, you know. But I remember one day we was talking online and you expressed your love for Blue. Blue is my man. Blue is my guy. So when sent the early access to it, the Dropbox, when I looked at it and I see Blue on the song, I was like, these niggas ain't playing.
At all.
Blue, Elzai, Fro not on, but how was it? I know Blue is one of your dream features, man. How was that experience working with Blue, man?
So again, man, you know, another Blue, like Elzai, is one of my favorite rappers of all time. Below the Heavens is my second favorite rap album ever, and really was like a huge inspiration for me to start making music myself. So, you know, Blue's another rapper who, you know, I always wanted to try to work with and never thought it would, you know, be possible. And then it was just kind of the way me and him started talking was just kind of a dope moment where I don't remember exactly. It started like a Twitter interaction years ago, and he kind of had said he was already a fan of mine. So I was like, holy crap, you know what I mean?
Shit.
That's awesome.
So then,
see that mutual respect, man.
Yeah. So then,
mutual respect.
You know, we did a show together. It was this Ohio hip hop festival. It was the first time I ever met him and Exile, and we exchanged numbers, but still never got to really connect over, you know, doing an actual joint together. And then what happened was, and you know, I say this a lot, and if there's any, you know, artists listening or you know, that I think it's easier to connect with other artists and make things like this happen when you meet them on like the job, right? I kind of really connected with Blue when my group was doing this festival in Czech Republic. I think it's called Royal Arena or one of those. But we were doing this festival in Czech Republic, and him and Exile were doing the festival too. So me and him kicked it a lot out there, and that's how we kind of finally were like, yeah, we're about to do this. So, you know, we're gonna make it happen, and then that's how this joint kind of came to fruition. But yeah, man, love Blue, one of my favorite rappers of all time. He just had a really dope album come out with Evidence too. So
yeah, I can dive into it. That's one of my favorites right there, man. Happy to see that collaboration happen.
Also, speaking of collabs, that's a $5 fine. So for those of y'all got fans of the Dan Le Batard show, anytime somebody coughs into a microphone, they have a joke where it's a fine. So,
yeah.
On our podcast. Speaking of collaborations, shout out to my guy LO5 as well. He is the singer in the Joe Butchpaki. Yep. And I sent you a joint maybe a year ago. The Corneria, you remember that Corneria beat that I sent you?
I believe so. I played on my vault, the vault.
Yeah. So that singer is the same guy on Joe Butchpaki.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I remember you said you was diving into the R&B then, so I can expect an album with him coming up.
You said it, not me. I just literally texted him, and he happens to be on his way to Detroit tomorrow.
Oh, for real?
See, Ustradamus. Strikes again, man. Oops, Thomas strikes again, man.
Catch, you remember Celsius Electronics, right?
Yes.
So you remember LO5, the singer from that group?
Yes. That's who did the Dwelle. Yes. Yes.
And matter of fact, another inside baseball, that actually was a Dwelle sample at first. So the original beat had the Dwelle sample in it, and I was just like, I fuck with Dwelle. I met him a few times. He's cool as hell. He actually spent 15 minutes showing me how to use the machine one time. So shout out to Dwelle. I'm sure it wouldn't have been a problem. But I was concerned a little bit that this is a Noveliss record, so it's gonna get out there. It ain't like just me putting out an instrumental record. I didn't want there to be any weirdness. So I decided to just have somebody come in and sing it and make it an obvious reference, an obvious homage to Dwelle, and not like some weird shit. So that's what happened.
I love Dwelle, man. I love.
I got one more question, if y'all don't mind.
Sure. Go ahead.
The song "Legendary Experiment" with Mega Ran.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mega Ran, because like he a huge wrestling fan too, you know what I mean? So when I saw that collab, I was like, oh, and I'm not gonna front, like he was rapping on there, bro. Like, I tapped into his music and he's good at like conceptual shit, but like on this particular joint, Noveliss already know how you give it up. You know what I'm saying? Like he was rapping, I was like, yo.
Yeah, Mega Ran is, I think a lot of people get him twisted sometimes because he's such he's the nerdcore GOAT, right? He's such he's literally the greatest of all time at the video game type of music and nerdcore music. But Mega Ran is a elite MC. I have done a lot of music with him. I've done shows with him. He does this thing at his shows where he I remember the first time I saw him do it, I was doing a show with him in Japan, in Tokyo, and he goes out into the crowd and he will have everybody hold something up, and he'll sit there and freestyle.
He did that at BlurCon.
10 minutes about just the things that people are holding up. Like he's a elite MC. He can rap.
We talk about
he nice, bro.
What up,
he's super nice. Like his verse on it was super nice.
What up, person? What up, Emil?
So
what up, though?
We talk about this all the time between us. Just real quick, Catch. The whole nerdcore thing, like Noveliss and I both are kind of weird about, like, just because sometimes it has a little bit of a weird connotation around, like, hey, like I'm kind of pander to this particular niche audience that likes Dragon Ball Z or whatever, and it's like, I don't know, like I think that the way that Noveliss does it, the way that Mega Ran does it, they're just rapping about. I mean, I don't rap, but like the way that I make beats, right? Like I'm just making beats, and they're just making music and making raps inspired by the shit that we like. I love anime. I love video games. I love, Metal Gear Solid, right? Like I made that beat because I fucking love Metal Gear Solid. Like simple as that. Right. You know what I mean?
One of my favorite video games ever.
And I love the way I got to give it up. And I want people to understand, like Noveliss is not just a nerdcore rapper. Like this nigga is an elite all-time MC. MC.
Anybody who rap know, like if you rap or if you like, like the wordplay and the shit that everything that's in there.
Yeah,
anybody can't do it,
bro. Like we do the music that we like, and we rap. We do the music about the shit that we like, and the shit that we like just happens to be nerdy shit sometimes. You know what
man, that's what life is, man. And I tell people all the time, you ain't got to be this or that. You ain't got, like, man, just rap about shit that you fuck with, man. Yeah. You know how big I am on that type of shit.
Facts.
Listen, one of my favorite guilty pleasures is Project Pat. You know what I'm saying? I just love his confidence.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I love Project Pat, but I also love Evidence.
Project Pat.
I also love MC Paul Barman. I don't know if y'all fuck with MC Paul Barman. You know what I'm saying? You look him up. Trust me, bro. MC Paul Barman, bro. Trust me.
But I like
Project Pat is on that Killer Mike killing it, bro.
He got his own style, and that's the thing. Like we come from an era where if you got your own style,
it's just
and you can rap, it's like it's just more respected. You know
hey man, look, you ain't gotta tell me I won't be put in a box, bro. I listen when I was 13, I discovered Daft Punk, Bone Thugs and Harmony, and Lauryn Hill all at the same time. Like just a total random combination of
right.
Who know about me and Bone Thugs? Who are you
I
about me and Bone Thugs?
Man, that's my favorite group ever, dog.
Yes, exactly.
Heavy.
They got one of the best produced albums of all in hip hop history. East 99.
So you want to go to East 99 in St. Clair right now, huh, Clip?
Oh man,
another
one of the best produced albums you'll ever hear.
Another one of my favorite video games on that album.
Eternal Champions, baby. Come on. Yeah. That's why I feel what O saying. I love that. You know? But them niggas did 2 Eternal Champion beats on there. I don't know if you're familiar with Eternal Champions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But the best Mortal Kombat rip-off of all time.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So they
and it was hard as hell though. It was
right,
hard.
and I remember talking to O. I met O through Noveliss was doing the B16. Noveliss killing. He said, "Hey, bro, I got somebody that'll kill this." Okay, we got Parrot Dane Black. We'll talk about that later. Sharpshooter like Kurt Rambis. You know what I'm saying? Well, I remember sending the beat. I said, "Oh my motherfucking God!"
When we looked up the stats, I think he may have made 0 threes in his entire career.
Bro, yeah, maybe he's a sharpshooter in pool. Maybe that I'm a top man.
All I did was make the beat. I had a good time, bro.
Look, the beat was crazy. So I said, okay, hold on, this nigga, something different. I said, okay. You know what I'm saying? So I'm blocked. Who be blocked? Like, hey, bro, this nigga. So got paired up with my man's Frank J. And he did this R&B for Heartbreak Karaoke.
That shit was hard.
You know what I'm saying? So he did that. I was like, so I heard like, man, this nigga, it's crazy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I had to pull him back a little bit. Hey, y'all, fuck with this nigga right here, because got it, man. What the hell did you think on this Cyberdyne systems?
So the funny part about it is that was the very last beat that we made. It was the very last song that we made. It was his idea.
And so even just the whole, he definitely took me off the samurai battlefield, put me in spaceship. Took me to spaceship. For real. But literally the whole entire aesthetic of the album was, I love sci-fi films and I love 80s movies, and just even over the course of, working on this, I talked about this on the pod too. When I'm working on music, I don't listen to rap. So, because just as artists, I think you can get subconsciously influenced.
Okay.
Right.
Even if you don't want to, right? So what I do when I'm working on a project, I usually just kind of overload on other forms of art that inspire what I'm trying to do. So when we made this album, I was just watching a lot of Blade Runner and Aliens and Terminator and Terminator 2 and Ghost in the Shell and Akira, and I love Dune and Tenet and all those things. And some of that stuff comes out in the project, but just the aesthetic of sci-fi, right? And I was just obsessed with the Terminator movies at the time. So I hit them up and I'm like, yo, we should really try to mess with the Terminator sample. Yeah. But like more specifically, I love
that song.
Not the second. So the funny part about it as well, just to answer your question, from a technical standpoint, it's just crazy how life happens, bro. Because that was actually during a time where I don't know what the fuck was going on, but I was like having a moment of depression. I can't remember exactly what I was having, like a beat block. I could not fucking get this shit to work. Because he asked me about, I was trying to get this to him as a final song for like 2 weeks. Like and I was like, man, I had a version of it and I was like, man, this shit weak. As a producer, I'm sure you can probably facts, 100%. You could probably relate to this, When I make beats, there's this metaphysical barrier that I run into always. Not always, but most of the time.
What do you call that barrier?
I call it the trash wall, bro. Trash wall. So like I'll say I got a loop or I chopped up a loop, it's fire. I'm listening to it, bro. This shit crazy. I'm on the pads. I'm for like 30 minutes, just different combinations on the pads, different chops. Then I get something, I get a few sections that I like, then I throw some beats, I throw some drums in there, or vice versa, whatever. Which usually I do the chop first, and then I let the chop tell me where the drums are supposed to go. Or you could do it's my preference. You could do it either way. I've done it the other way as well. But then there's this piece where it's like, all right, I've been listening to this shit for too long, and it's like, bro, has this shit been weak the whole time? Like, has this shit been trashed the whole time?
Somebody got to walk in. A third part. Somebody got to walk in and say, "Ooh, that's crazy." I'm telling you, this is in the trash.
Or you just gotta walk away from it. You just gotta turn it off, walk away from it, come back to it, and turn that bitch on. There's nothing more honest than your brand new ears after you haven't listened to some work for like a day or two. You turn that bitch on, and if it's sometimes it'd be like, bro, this shit was weak as fuck. I don't know what the hell I was doing. Or you turn that bitch on and you'd be like, damn, I was cooking. Like, this is fire. So with with Cyberdyne Systems, I was having the hardest time punching through that trash wall, bro. Like, but what finally got me through it was the drums. I didn't do the drums were so I didn't do like assigning a particular drum to a pad like I usually do. This was a drum loop that I chopped up, and at first I couldn't. I usually don't do it that way. I usually program my own drums, but that wasn't working for this sample. And I was like, bro, I need to try another approach. And when I used the drum loop and I chopped it up in a kind of a little like a Hir-o sort of kind of hard to describe it, but it was a little bit staggered. Because I kind of
you got that Hir-o swing, bro.
It's got some swing through because I couldn't just have the drum loop by itself. I chopped it, I kind of staggered it a little bit, did some ninja magic on that motherfucker, and you know what I'm saying. And then once I hit that, and then I heard once I added that the drums, then the last piece came into play, which was the bass. I heard the bass, and I was like, all right, that's the last thing. That really menacing fucking like synth bass. The drums made room for that, and once I was able to put that bitch in there, I was like, all right, we've arrived finally. Right. And it to be honest, that was the most challenging beat I think on the record for me, just because I came so close to punting on it so many times. So I finally I stayed consistent, bro, and I punched through that motherfucker, and
it just got a certain swing to it. That's why I love it, the way Noveliss attack it.
It had to be menacing, right? It's the fucking Terminator, bro. Like it had to be menacing. And that's not really my bag. I don't really make that's one of the reasons why I don't really do beat battles anymore, is because my energy ain't really. I don't like to make beats that are angry as much. When I was younger, I used to love that shit because I was fucking mad. I was 23. Like, what else is there to? That's the only emotion that I knew how to harness was anger. But now that I done kind of grew out of that, I like to make music that has a little bit more depth. So the hard, like angry beats they don't come as natural for me anymore. But I was mad at something. I figured this shit out for that one because that bitch is menacing for sure.
So we here almost an hour right now. So let's dive into the wrestling talk. You know, we are also, you know, when we first started this podcast, me and Ooh, we wanted to put into hip hop and wrestling. So let's dive into the wrestling talk. SummerSlam was last night, live from Cleveland, Ohio, right around the corner from Michigan, at the Cleveland Browns Stadium, man. I just want to know. I know Hir-o said he know everything about the matches, but he didn't really watch it like that. But he knows about it. So, like that. But I just want to know. He watched it.
There was a video.
Watched the highlights. I mean,
there was a 30-minute video on YouTube that said,
all good.
So,
I know generally speaking what happened.
If you're a wrestling fan, you know what's going on. So
I got the gist of it.
You know,
that's it.
So I just want to know before I tell the rundown on the matches and stuff. How did y'all like the SummerSlam event, and where do y'all rank it as y'all favorite SummerSlam right now?
So I enjoyed it a lot. I think SummerSlam is just whether regardless of where WWE stands on my wrestling fandom as far as my favorite promotions, SummerSlam just always hits for me. It's super nostalgic. It just reminds. When I was a kid, I was only allowed to get 2 or 3 pay-per-views a year, and SummerSlam was just like the one constant, always had to get SummerSlam, and so I love SummerSlam. Going to SummerSlam last year, it was in Detroit. I took my son last year. It was amazing. So that one ranks really high for me. I thought this was, I mean, I wouldn't say it was one of my favorite SummerSlams, but like it was just such a consistently good. It was just good. It was just good all the way through. I enjoyed it. I felt like it was a really predictable show, but that's not necessarily a bad thing to me. I think sometimes it's okay to give fans what they want and just do what should happen in the stories. You know what I mean? And I don't think that we should fault wrestling for doing that sometimes. Like I think it's okay if a show is kind of predictable if the right things are happening. And I felt like that's what SummerSlam was last night.
I agree. I agree. I think the thing that everybody was waiting on, and I'm actually really excited about this. I think people were waiting on what it's going to look like to see a version of Roman Reigns who is a natural baby face, but has like an organic push and is over organically.
And we have not seen.
We've never seen that
ever.
Yeah.
Never. Like the version of Roman Reigns who's been great, right? Like I'm not the biggest. I actually really enjoyed the Bloodline storyline. I'm not the biggest Roman Reigns fan, although I think I like him more than you do, maybe. But
I actually don't have a problem with him. I don't love him, but I think he's good at what he does.
Yeah, agreed. I think this Bloodline story for him.
I had a problem with him never defending the championship. That's what bothers me. I don't like when champions aren't around. That just annoys me. But
Brock Lesnar's
treatment. But I mean the Bloodline is one of the greatest,
it was fire.
The greatest things WWE's ever done. And I love me a good heel,
for sure.
A good heel champion. He was awesome in that role. I just don't like when champions aren't around.
Agreed.
That's the only thing.
Yeah.
But to your point though, we've never seen.
Sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
It's nothing. Just even for kids too, right? Like when you're a kid and you're watching, it's nothing doper than just somebody coming out at the begining of an episode of Raw. You want me to defend a title tonight?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But when the champion isn't there, like that whole element is just gone from the show.
But to your point about Roman, right? Like we've never seen a organically over version of him that's a pure baby face. Like when he was a baby face before, they were that's when everybody hated Roman because they were trying to force the agenda. But he got over like a motherfucker as a heel. He was excellent in that role. And I think wrestling nerds have been saying that for the longest. Like he just let him be a heel. He's an asshole. Like that's his natural.
Yeah.
Is one of the goats at like
trash
talking
in the ring, shit talking.
Hell yeah, bro. And I think he got really good at that when they couldn't have fans.
Yes.
During the pandemic.
During the pandemic,
He just got really good at like talking trash.
Yes.
During the matches.
And bro, the thing that I love the most about Roman Reigns, and I think I might have talked myself into being a fan of his. I love the fact that they did not try to change the way he talks as like a baby face or a heel. Like, I mean, clearly the Usos are all of the modern Samoans are obviously black coded. Like clearly,
facts.
Cool. Like
especially Jacob.
Like, and it's not an act for them, right? Them niggas grew up around niggas, and it's like it's obvious. Right? And I ain't because. To me, it's authentic, and it's not like somebody like the white, like the brand of white folks that grew up around y'all in Pontiac. That's just how niggas are. Like they don't be trying to. They don't. That's natural, right? Like that's just how they grew up.
We do have a distinctive type of.
You don't find that nowhere but in I hung out a lot in Pontiac. I'm not from Pontiac.
Right.
From what I understand, you don't find them niggas nowhere except for Flint and Pontiac. That's it.
Yeah, I get.
Anyways, I love the fact that they let him just be himself and kind of have that Samoan black swagger as a heel. And I'm very interested to see what that's going to look like because clearly we all knew that once he lost, they were going to try to bring him back as a baby face.
Yeah.
And I think it could be cool, man. I think it could work. I think that spells
trouble for Cody though.
He better go home.
We gonna get to it. We'll get into it.
I'm about to say, Oob, you one of the biggest Cody haters there is. How do you liked his? Are you done with him yet, or what? How you feel about him?
No, they actually not making me hate him yet. I don't know what it is. But listen, my wife love him. My wife love Roman and The Rock. She love them some more niggas. She love them niggas, but she love, you know what I'm saying? She love Cody. But you know what I'm saying?
What are they saying about Cody from Atlanta? What was saying on Twitter? He had a Cody Quintavious Rose.
Yeah.
Cody Raheem.
Guess call him Cody Raheem. Cody Raheem.
That shit is hilarious.
You know, so Cody, he ain't just because I know the story's coming. Plus, I know it's a potential Randy Orton, Cody storyline brewing. You know what I'm saying? I want to dive into that. So I know the story's coming. So I ain't turned on Cody yet.
Okay.
But Cody in trouble. Shit, Roman's the biggest face in the company right now.
Yeah. I feel, but do you feel like Cody is satisfied? I mean, he got what he came here for. Like, what? Yeah, that's hilarious. Right on timing, bro.
I mean, everybody else lost the belts at WrestleMania yesterday.
Okay.
So Cody lucky to get out, but where do we go if he loses the title?
Cody.
That Randy
Homelander.
program, the Homelander Cody, yeah.
Homelander.
That
I
was
can see
fire,
that.
dog. Low key.
I can see Homelander. I can see the
I hate
Homelander Cody.
It would justify my hatred of him if he turned into Homelander.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that'd be crazy. But we got to understand that Cody on a mission right now to being the new John Cena.
Okay.
I don't know, but he got to compete with that too. You got John Cena on this little retirement run. You got Roman Reigns back. Cody in trouble.
Like, I feel like Cody deserves. I get it, right? Cody, he from his little legendary family. Like, I get it. Like, I get that he felt like he deserved an opportunity, and I actually agree from a certain extent that like him having a run makes sense because he is for whatever it's worth. He's a good wrestler. He's got the whatever. I get it. But I'm not even a fan of John Cena like that. I'm not even really a big Randy Orton fan, although I do like Randy Orton.
What?
But he was never like, he ain't them niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why he thinks he needs to be on their level. Like, he ain't never been cut like that.
It's the lineage. It's the lineage.
Randy Orton?
I
feel like
Cody. I'm talking about Cody. Like, comparing him to Randy Orton, I just feel like
no.
He's saying
they want to
like
put him to that level though. They want to put him in. He's
Yeah.
not cut like a Randy Orton or.
That's all I'm saying. Like,
He got
Shout out
2 more
to-
years to that.
I don't even think he cut like Seth Rollins, to be honest. Like, Seth Rollins is significantly better wrestler, significantly better like personality. You know what I mean?
What, man?
No, he's not a Seth Rollins, but Cody. So I'm a Cody fan. Cody's so clean, so he's just like a clean baby face, right now.
Shit corny though, bro. Who likes that?
Yeah, man.
He can talk, and everybody loves him. That's it.
He's what's needed. He's definitely the face. He's definitely the face.
But this is where I feel like he has a similar level of wooden Indian chief as a wrestler like Ricochet, right? But Ricochet is a wrestler that you would never see in this position. He would never get a push like this. But I do feel like Cody has some of that corniness in him.
He definitely got the corny.
He do.
And that's why
Crying like a
That's why people don't like it. That's why people don't like
get tired of him. That's what happened in AEW.
Bro,
he literally
that
cried
shit,
in one of his promos in AEW and was saying that
I could not believe
he was refusing to turn heel, basically.
Bro, that was my last pro with him.
I was
like, I was the last person supporting Cody because
just like, what are we doing?
I was trying to talk Noveliss off the cliff because I like Cody in AEW. I actually think Cody's a pretty good wrestler. And then I was like, bro, that nigga probably he was completely off it. Was not hearing nothing I was trying to say. I'm like, bro, like, and then
he was trash. We have seen that shit a mile away.
Bro,
he broke character and begged fans.
Begged people to like him.
People they want to be.
And then he quit his own company.
That's
he
why
just did it. He just did it again too, y'all. He just cried in front of the fans because The Rock was coming to take his match. So this motherfucker did the puppy dog pout look, and the fans like, we want Cody.
and got his ass whooped with that belt.
Wrestling fans diehard wrestling fans like us, we can see through that. But for WWE fans,
I get it, right? For the WWE's after the WWE's never after the
they're not after
they never the diehard
because they know we're gonna tune in regardless, right? They're only after the casual fans. So these things that you're talking about, yes, they connect with the casual viewer, right? That's why it doesn't work in AEW because AEW is, the pro wrestling,
the niche. Listen, bro, I like my wrestlers like I like my comic book characters in the sense that the Superman pastiche is super boring to me, right? So like you're pure modern, right? Like in the 80s, it made sense. Like you're Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, pure baby face in the 80s. That made sense. Hulk Hogan, even though I don't fuck with him.
Ricky Steamboat is my guy.
I'm about to say that's your dude.
The Hulk Hogan, Ricky Steamboat, like pure, like Surfer Sting, pure baby face.
That's my dude. Surfer Sting right there.
Came out with RoboCop.
That's my dog.
I watched that pay-per-view live. I watched that shit live.
Detroit legend RoboCop.
Right.
Detroit legend.
Murphy. They shot him to Chile at the beginning.
We got this joke. Every time we talk about RoboCop, we talk about the first scene in the first movie where they blast that nigga into mincemeat, bro.
Oh, yeah.
They shot that nigga into fucking
Coney dog.
And then kept the camera like it feel like they kept the camera on there for like 2 or 3 takes too long. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, bro, he did. They kept showing him, like, bro, he gone.
So what I'm saying is the pure babyface pastiche, it worked in the 80s just like it worked in the 80s with comics. But now, man, like I need a Wolverine, I need a Gambit, I need a complicated anti-hero. That's the reason why The Rock was so popular. The reason why Stone Cold was so popular. That's the reason why what's the name was finna be popular until he broke his ankle. Who came over from WCW?
Brian
Pillman. Yeah.
Pillman. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know what it is though? Like Cody, like we all went to SummerSlam, right?
Yeah.
Not SummerSlam, but like, did y'all go to SmackDown? I think that was in April, at the beginning of April.
I know you're talking about.
We went to SummerSlam though last year.
Cody stayed after for like an hour and a half, dog. Like willingly.
Right. Well, I'm not saying that he's not really like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I think he is. I think he is. He seems like I went to an indie show one time before he went to AEW, when he was kind of doing his little indie run when he left WWE initially. I used to go to Chicago and I used to go to this promotion called AAW all the time, and they used to have stacked cars like all the time. And I went to a show one time and Cody was doing a match and it was a fan there. He had fan said something racist. I think he was I want to say a fan just blurted out something racist, and Cody like snapped on him in front of the whole audience and was just like cutting into the dude for like 5 minutes, and the crowd going crazy. And it's like, so I think he seems like a good dude. I'm not saying that that's not really his personality. I'm just saying in wrestling,
folklore.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure.
Right. In kayfabe terms, it gets that type of hero, it gets old quick. And you see, and WWE fans turn on wrestlers so fast.
Yeah, I told y'all.
That's why the Homelander
with that fucking belt. Yeah.
He gotta lean into it whenever it happens. Just lean into it, bro. And
I think it would be
the best thing ever.
Yeah.
But the problem is just he's ever since he, has been back on the mainstream commercial pro wrestling circuit. It seems like he has had no interest in doing that. You know what I mean? So the problem. The question becomes: would he be willing to do that? You know what I mean? To keep his to keep his momentum alive? Would he be willing to make that change? I don't know if he would.
I think
he has to on the big. Like what WCW used to say, where the big boys play.
Mm-hmm.
You better lean into it.
Right.
Yeah.
I 100% think he needs to, but I don't know if he would though.
It's more engaging characters around and coming around, and it's
too many.
You're getting lost in the shuffle.
So
kissing babies.
So let's get into the card of the SummerSlam right now, man. The first match was Liv Morgan retained the Women's World Championship against Rhea Ripley, and to me personally, I thought this match was a great match. To me personally, man, I thought Liv Morgan was the MVP of this match, man. I think she done improved wholeheartedly from 2-3 years ago when she was facing what's her name?
I don't know.
I can't think.
She couldn't wrestle. She still can't wrestle.
No, she got better. She got better. And when she turned face, she got better. I mean, she could turn heel. She got better.
Man, she's still sloppy.
You think so?
Talking about Liv.
The match was good. The match was good. The match was good.
I think she's gotten better.
You think Liv floppy?
Liv,
no, hell no, not Rhea sloppy.
No, Liv.
Liv used to be sloppy and slow, but I think she got better.
Rhea's great. Rhea's great.
I think the match was dope. I think again, what I was saying earlier, predictable finish. You know what I mean? With a dominant, but again, not necessarily a bad thing. The right thing happened, right? I think Rhea is the spot where she banged her shoulder against the table to put her shoulder back in place.
Yeah, that was dope.
Crazy,
bro.
Like
I don't think she needed to do it the second time though.
She's fire. Rhea's a rare breed, but I think the match was dope. It was a great opener. I think we need to see more of this. I don't like when they put women in bad spots to where they're wrestling after like later in the show when the crowd's kind of ready for the main event, and then they put them on after like a banger of a match and the crowd's kind of exhausted. I think women leading off pay-per-views is perfect. You know what I mean? The crowd's at the height of their excitement, so they're gonna get a solid crowd reaction. And then the match was dope too, man. And last year, what was the first match last year SummerSlam? Do we remember what that was? I can't remember.
Last year,
I know we got. I don't even remember.
Was second or third, I think. Who was
first? Can't remember.
Night one or two.
No, SummerSlam.
It was a SummerSlam last year.
But WrestleMania this year, the first match was a women's match, wasn't it? It was the Becky. Wasn't it Becky and Was it Becky and I think the women's match was first match of WrestleMania this year. So
probably was. I think
it's a good thing to have women lead off some of the bigger pay-per-views. But I thought the match was dope. Again, like I said, predictable finish, but the right thing happened. So
hottest story other than the bloodline right now. Don about to have Hiroshima heat Monday.
Hey, when he walked out and he threw the finger up.
Yeah,
that like solidified.
Dom's the best heel in wrestling. He has no redeemable quality.
Yeah, he sucks.
He a bitch ass nigga.
He's the best.
Did y'all fall out when Michael Cole told Pat McAfee to say shit?
It's like, say it.
Go ahead and say it. You go ahead and say it.
Piece of shit. He is, man. Dom about to come out there Monday.
Some nuclear booze, man.
Oh,
right.
Man.
I ain't gonna hold you. Whatever his new merch is, I'm
exactly.
sold.
I need it. Liv top female heel. It's a great story, hot story, good match.
Yo, before we move off of this, I've been too nice. Let me throw a grenade into this motherfucker right quick. When I look at Rhea Ripley, and I look at Bianca Belair, it makes me think, what the fuck did y'all ever see in Charlotte Flair? I'm sorry. I never thought So I know.
Athlete. Did we? I didn't think we talked about Charlotte in that kind of way. I never did. The wrestling.
I just don't see. She was good, but like
I
think they see the same thing they see in Charlotte. Charlotte.
Sorry, babe. My wife watching. Sorry, babe.
I'm sorry.
At the time,
Rhea Thickly.
Real thickly.
At the time, Charlotte was definitely the best athlete WWE.
Sure,
that they had
at the time
as an athlete.
At the time,
I in terms of wrestling, yes, to me that was what it was for me.
I just feel like the bar has been raised so high now, man.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, it's great, man. You was she there NXT?
I think
my wife's still watching, but she's some more niggas.
They see Bianca Belair as a John Cena.
Huh?
They see Bianca Belair as a John Cena.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Bianca Belair is a better wrestler than John Cena.
Is a better wrestler, yes, but as far as taking over the company,
yeah,
you know, that's what they see Belair as. Rhea Ripley, they see her probably as like a Randy Orton.
I had to take a shot of allergy cocaine off camera right quick. My apologies.
It's all good, man. I had a shot of Pepsi.
But yeah, that's why I put it as simple as that. Belair as the John Cena and Rhea Ripley as the Randy Orton. You know,
good comparison.
Good comparison. Rhea Ripley's great, and now she's gonna get kind of a similar Roman Reigns effect, right? She's
about
to organic baby.
Her and Damien, they went up a level. Her and Damien Priest, that went
do
up
they,
a level.
Do they entangle her and Jey Uso now? Is that like a thing? I
don't think so.
I don't think so. I think she whatever Rhea does, she's gonna get cheers anyway. She's just mad over, so whatever she does, she's gonna get a good reaction. So she's
right, what up, though?
Really good spot, man.
Yeah, what up, though, Bryant?
But yeah, the first match was good.
Catch, what you thought about the first match overall?
I mean, like Nav said, it was predictable, but like I wanted it to be predictable. I thought I was just seeing Eddie Guerrero. You know what I'm saying? I was proud as a wrestling fan. I was proud. Like, yeah, like you done grew the stash out. You know, you slid the chair in the ring. For us super wrestling fans, we knew what it was. But for like a, like a beginner, they probably like, oh, he messed up. But it's like, nah, he did that on purpose. The kiss, at the end, like. Yeah. For him to be married, man, that was, I know it's kayfabe, but God, you ain't had to slide the tongue in there. Like, that was overboard. You know what I'm saying?
Are they married in real life for real? No. Who's married?
Dom, he just got married.
Dom just got married, and Rhea just got married to
Liv was slipping tongue in there, bro. I was like, yo, all right, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. But
it's acting though. It's acting.
Yeah.
Vince back there pulling this. Yeah.
Man, have sex now. Wasn't there a program during the Attitude Era where Vince was trying to have somebody have sex in the ring? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Edge.
It was Edge. What was the story?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Tony Khan gonna try it when he get back. He like to bring him over. Shit.
Yeah, we don't like. I ain't nitpicking, but we don't need all that. You know what I'm saying? Like we get it. We get it. You know what I'm saying? But it was dope though. Good match.
Human being, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
that guy was insane.
The one thing I will say, I agree with you on Oob. If Tony Khan does enough nose candy, ain't no telling what he'll do.
Bro, some shit.
He's insane.
So we're gonna go on ahead into the second match. I don't know if it's in order or not, but I'm not gonna, because I don't know what's order. I can't think of it right now. But second match, LA Knight defeated Logan Paul to become the new United States Heavyweight Championship, man. What y'all thoughts about LA Knight winning the U.S. Championship?
The right winner.
Right winner, predictable winner.
Yeah.
Get Logan Paul out of professional wrestling.
Huh?
And I love the shoot brain buster.
I'm definitely drinking. I'm definitely
dropping that man on his head at the end of the match.
Yeah, that brain buster.
Oh, that brain buster.
I don't know if that was supposed to be a brain buster or he hit the suplex. Couldn't lay out.
He definitely
he gets his man was wrong. But after that, he did a beautiful springboard moonsault.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you don't like Logan Paul?
I don't. He's
an athlete. He's a good athlete.
He's a great athlete. I'm not taking anything away.
The person.
Get annoyed by him and his brother. Just those type of people. They just kind of get to do whatever they want. Get their foot in whatever door they want. I just hate that.
I understand.
He's a good athlete, though. He's a great athlete.
He got some weird. Here I go with my fucking Hotep laser eyes. But I mean, I practice. I don't just be saying that shit on the internet. Like I live this way. I can't get down with that nigga politics. And
it's like
he picked the right business for it. If you're gonna be a Trump grifter, being a professional wrestler.
That's what I feel like. To me,
and leaning into that character is the right way to do it. But
I feel like he the perfect heel. Like I hated him until he got into wrestling. Like I hated that motherfucker, but then when he's a heel, I understand. It's the philosophy for me. I don't know, bro. But that's he can go, bro. I feel
he can, man. That's what it pisses me off.
He can go.
It's like you can go. I want to hate you like a motherfucker.
I do hate him. I don't care.
But he can like that springboard off the damn middle rope.
Yeah.
Like, bro, what?
I understand because I hate John Moxley.
Why? Why you like? Because he's just a crazy white guy, and that's his whole gimmick.
Bro cut a promo and then he just gushing. You know what I'm saying? He just gonna bleed. I left WWE to be a boring deathmatch wrestler. So I just hate him. So I get it because, I understand what Lyle was saying because when you hate somebody, I ain't gonna like nothing you do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Moxley remind me of the wrestler, like the movie. He just do whatever.
Yeah.
He just do whatever. Like,
but Logan Paul, I feel like wrestling wise, he's good, but I understand that. I feel like what he just said, they getting him out of there. I feel like I don't know if he's gonna be a part of. I don't know. He gets some backlash for his comments on the Olympic stuff. Yeah. So, but
everybody jumped the gun. I didn't jump the gun, but everybody else jumped the gun. They jumped the gun. Everybody jumped the gun.
That's what the internet does.
Yeah, they jumped the gun. So, I was talking about that in one of the, I'm telling you, I wrote these bars down. Now I was talking about that. I'm telling you,
what about LA Knight? What's next for LA Knight as far as being the U.S. championship? Because I believe that Logan Paul, I think he actually elevated that title. Even though he had like 3 title matches, he elevated that title.
So the positive thing about having an unlikable person like Logan Paul as a champion is it ignites that title to where you really want to see it get taken off.
Yeah.
Now, is LA Knight going to be a good champion? The title will probably. I mean, he's been super over, but are they too late? You know what I'm saying? I felt like his time.
They've been trying to push it for years.
I felt like his time to win a title was last year
or 2 years ago.
So he could just be a transitional. He could be a transitional champion, but I think getting it off your boy was a good choice. But as I said before, is LA Knight really about to elevate the belt? Probably not, but we'll see. He could. He might. He'll probably. Like he just said, he might have a nice 4 or 5 month run with it, and then I'm sure they'll get it on somebody else.
It's interesting, man. LA. I'm sure y'all are a little bit older than us, so I'm sure y'all probably seen this before. But this is with LA Knight. This is one of the first times that I've noticed and been unable to like somebody as much as I would like to because of how obviously recycled their gimmick is. With LA Knight, like he's just The Rock. He's just sort of microwaved The Rock and The Miz.
Right. Yeah.
Just sort of rock potted together. Little Stone Cold. And it's just like, and again, it's wrestlers have been doing that since forever.
Little Magnum TA in there.
Facts.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Wrestlers have been doing that since forever. That's part of the business. But this is one of the first times where I've just been like, man, y'all don't see that he's just doing the Rock thing? Or?
I agree 100%, but my son loves LA
But
Knight,
the kids love him.
Sometimes
they love him.
Kid likes a wrestler, kind of breaks off some of your dislike.
Yeah. So I got no kids. So in that case, I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I
mean, he's fun. I'm not a huge fan, but he's fun.
He all right. He don't really move like that.
He does the motion capture for all the WWE 2K games.
Does he?
He does all the moves. Yeah. So when I learned that he wrestles like that to me, like when I see it, I just see him when he wrestles. I don't know. It's just something weird in my head that goes off when he wrestles. I just see him like doing other niggas' moves.
Yeah.
And being, like you said, like a clone. The kids like it because they chant shit with him, but we know the deal.
Yeah, the chant.
But I don't see. I really feel like they're trying to build up Santos and Andrade and Melo. I really want to see Melo get to the point to where he can challenge for that title and get that title and do a run with it, because that's somebody you want to get behind. I don't think LA Knight, like you said, LA Knight, this should have been him regaining the U.S. title. Yeah. He should have won that last year. They dropped the ball on that. You know what I'm saying? They had him floating around for a while. He's just so damn popular that, hey, they bided for time. So
when they gonna let all these sweet ass black wrestlers out of NXT? I feel like all of them. I feel like NXT
keep them there.
I feel like their entire roster is just sweet ass black wrestlers, and they don't ever get to go out into the real main roster.
You know, Vince keeps locked in the performance.
No, I feel like they about to come take over.
I'm an NXT fan. I'm an NXT fan. I think I know the algorithm for that. They gotta go through all three stages. You gotta start with NXT, whatever that pre show called. You gotta be a main baby face and a main heel. Then you go over, get drafted. I think that's
what Braun Breaker did, right?
Yeah. So Braun Breaker, all of them.
He seemed like the prototypical favorite wrestler for you,
Oob. Braun Breaker?
Braun Breaker, yeah.
No,
my favorite wrestler right now is Gunther.
Yeah, no, I see that. I can see that too.
Yeah,
not for Oob.
Right now is Gunther. Yeah, Braun Breaker, he cold, huh?
Oob like the beef slapping ass niggas, bro.
See, that's no, my favorite wrestler ever is Dynamite Kid.
Bro, that's one of my favorites too. Really, that's what's up.
Dynamite Kid is my favorite wrestler ever, man.
That was one of my favorites.
I saw a match with him and Tiger Mask, and
that's hard.
I fell in love, bro. So, but no, like, I want to see some real shit. Like, Gunther got slapped so hard yesterday, his chest split.
Yeah, hey, bro, we gonna get to
that. What year is that Dynamite Kid Tiger Mask match? 1986.
April 8. No, that was
probably before that. What?
Before that, 82, 83.
You said Dynamite Kid and who?
Dynamite Kid and the original Tiger Mask.
That's the first 5-star match ever.
Yeah,
I think yeah.
Was it 82? That's crazy.
I'm gonna say 83 or 84.
82, 83. Yeah, around there.
They had a few matches. They had an April match, June of 80, April of 83, I believe, June of 84.
The fact that we all know about that is crazy.
Yeah. And then remember the Tiger Mask and Owen Hart. They had Tiger Mask and Owen
always
Hart.
Talking about that.
Well,
he always talked about that.
I'm a tape trading nerd, man. So I was getting tapes from some sketchy teenagers when I was about 13. My mom was like, "Yo, where are you getting these tapes from?" I'm like, hey.
Real quick, bro. When my first son was born, I worked 2 jobs, and Daily Motion, this dude on Daily Motion, I don't know what is it, forgot his name. Bro he archived wrestling. So I could go to any year, any federation. So I stumbled upon All Japan Wrestling, bro, and I was in a vortex for 6 months. I watched all that shit. That's why I fell in love with Kawada. Yeah. Like, bro, I sat there and watched all that shit from, they didn't have like a weekly show.
Yeah.
So they would have smaller shows. And the tension, man, that shit was crazy, bro.
Ooh, favorite tag. What was that tag team in WWE? What's called? You like ooh?
It was Dan Kraut, Doug Furnace, and Phil LaFawn.
Yeah.
But there was the Pan Am Connection
Okay. But Doug Furnace and Phil LaFawn.
Dan Crawford, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Them motherfucking tag matches.
Bro.
Watch that shit. Well, you give me Kobashi and man, listen.
I seen him, bro. The craziest crowd reactions too. Like,
yeah.
It was at worst. You know, they had a stint. They had like a small run in WWF and ECW. I think.
Yeah, the ECW run was crazy. The Japan run it was on.
Yeah,
bro. He what's his name?
Crazy.
It was them versus Kobashi and
the young dude.
Jim Akiyama. Was it Jim Akiyama?
That might be.
But he gorilla pressed him, just threw him outside the ring. They did that shit. That was like 80. Yeah, bro. They was wrestling matches that we'll see today. Be like, oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But he just said, man, bitch. They threw him out the ring at the start of the match. So that's come on, man.
Crazy athletes.
Man, we was like, who the man? Them we was bro, like, man, these niggas whack.
Potential, man. I was like, bro, so the bottom, bro, they was special. So the bottom, I dig into the history. Dan Crawford and Doug Furnace.
I agree, man.
Let's get it, man.
So let's go on to the next match, man. And me personally, I was kind of disappointed, but I expected this match. Braun Breaker defeating Sami Zayn to become the new Intercontinental Champion.
Predictable.
It was predictable. I wanted more, but I thought I knew it was gonna be like a semi-squash match, man.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I feel like Sami Zayn is like kind of what back in like 2015 when they were using John Cena to put all of the young cats over. I feel like that's what they're doing with Sami Zayn now. Thanks. And I like Sami Zayn a lot, so I don't know if I like him in that role, but whatever. I get it. It's a rite of passage.
Yeah, I mean, same thing you said earlier. Predictable. I wish the match would have been longer.
Should have been better. Longer and better.
I didn't think the match itself was good, but I think Sami Zayn is just. I feel like he's a great wrestler, but I feel like he never, like even the Gunther match from WrestleMania last year. That was issue when he beat Gunther. That match was really good, but I still felt like there was a whole that match could have been like 10 minutes longer. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they know how good of a wrestler he is, but he's always on like sprint time. Like they're always like, all right, you got 6 minutes. Go do your thing, 6 minutes. And it's like I feel like the match last night felt overly short. You know what I mean?
Is it possible still? Because the way that I feel about Braun Breaker is, I'm a little disappointed that he's not.
I actually don't. I'm not a fan of his. I don't really know why.
So let me tell you why I'm not a big fan, and maybe this will be similar. I kind of expected him to be a much more skilled technical wrestler based on his heritage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that's why
his pops is like.
I think that's why I don't really like him.
He comes from like elite wrestling stock.
Yeah.
And he's got the body, he's got the look, he's like a power, he's like a little miniature kind of Brock Lesnar type. But even Brock Lesnar, like when he cared about matches, he was really, really good. I just don't know if Braun Breaker at this point has that tech. And I'm not even really a technical wrestler ass nigga like that, but like I know he is. but I can appreciate it, and the fact that I don't really see it with him yet makes me wish I just wish he was further along in that sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that's
he got it in him.
Like him.
Yeah, his background is amateur. You know, his amateur background is football, though. Remember, his pops and his uncle were straight wrestling, like straight amateur wrestling. And he was a football player, like through high school, college, then went to the Ravens.
He went pro.
Yeah, he got drafted by the Ravens and played fullback for the Ravens. Yeah. And then he could have kept playing. He just was like, nah, I want to go to WWE. Like he had other opportunities. So like, I think like Uwe says, it's in him. Like if he wants to learn it, I'm sure he could. But
when I see Braun, I don't see technical wrestling. I see speed and power.
That's
you know,
athleticism, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, maybe like sometimes I'm just like, stop wearing a singlet, dog. If you're not about to.
I mean, bro, like, okay, Catch. I see you laughing, but bro, I'm telling you that shit makes such a difference.
I'm with you though.
It makes sense. It makes. He's just paying homage to his.
Like if you wear the singlet, you're supposed to be able to be a technical wrestler.
I'm a technical wrestling junkie. So if you're a Steiner, right? And you
want that incorporated with his character,
and you're not
fucking,
where's the tech? You know what I mean? So I think maybe that's why, because I have not really gravitated towards him at all in his entire NXT. So
wait a minute, like you just reminded me of something, because I was gonna say, to me that makes a huge difference, Catch, like the way if your wrestling attire doesn't match your wrestling style, for some reason, for me, that like it just doesn't work for me, bro. Like it took
oil and water,
and this is why I have a bone to pick with you, Oob. I forgot about this. We got to air this shit out.
Bad blood right now. Let's go.
You got with Jungle Boy, and I need to explain to you. I need to explain to you why I take that personally.
That's your cousin, ain't it?
That's my cousin, bro. Did I tell you your relationship? Did I tell you that story?
You told me it's your cousin.
Bro, the short version of the story is that my aunt, my dad's sister, married a man named Alan Sharp, who had a daughter, who then married was Luke Perry. So his Alan Sharp's daughter is not my aunt's daughter, from a different marriage, because he's old as fuck. But anyways, stepmother married Luke Perry, and then had a baby whose name eventually became Jack Perry. So I remember meeting Jack Perry as a fucking child. He was like 12, and he played the guitar, a little moppy-headed white kid. I'm like, and my cousin Rashawn, who is my aunt's son, was like, oh yeah, that's your cousin Jack. And I didn't give a fuck, because I was 15, and they was introducing me to this little kid, and I wasn't paying no attention. And then 15 years later, he turned out to be Jungle Boy. So
same height.
Hey, Phil, bro.
Same size
and weight. Same height and weight.
I did it. CM Punk put him in a bad spot, and he kind of fucked his career up a little bit. But you got to admit, the way he's bounced back, that's the way he's bounced back.
I like he bounced back.
I like it. We talked about it.
Punk did it.
We don't like you for that. Lean into it. He leaning into it crazy. Young Bucks leaning into it.
To bring it full circle, he put some fucking pants on, and that changed everything. I'm telling you, bro. You gotta have your wrestling attire has to match. It has to match your gimmick. It has to match your wrestling style.
So what Brian Breaker got to wear? A t-shirt. And
he got
to wear.
He got
football pants.
The way he be wrestling, he need to put some jeans on.
Jorts. Put some jorts on.
Put some jorts on.
Damn,
we already let John Cena. We already let John Cena get a whole career wearing some Jorts and some fucking Reeboks.
Some lugs.
I think he more Scott Steiner than anything though.
Ron Burger gotta wear denim.
They
need to get him a construction worker gimmick.
That they come to the ring carrying a 2x4
in a vest.
And one of them fucking neon safety.
I got one question to ask Noveliss after we do this SummerSlam review, because I really want to know his opinion about this. One question about the AEW wrestler after this, though. This, what you call it?
Yeah, my wife makes spaghetti, man.
Yeah, because I'm smelling food too.
Let's get to this.
Let's go to the next match, man. Nia Jax defeating Bayley to become the new WWE Women's Champion, man.
Bayley on roids.
Why you say that? That's not want to ask you that. Yeah, why you say Bayley is on roids?
You see her? Hold up. Nia Jackson, that part about she had her for like 7 seconds.
It's easy because she ain't pick her up. She got her
still. I hold that much still.
Nigga, You try to hold her big ass up and see how easy it is.
I can't. But
she's been working on her.
I know Noveliss can. Noveliss can. You can probably too.
She's been working on her bottom half. Yep. You know what I'm saying? She been doing squats.
Yeah, BBL Bailey.
You know what I'm saying? Leg presses. She working.
That's all core and lower half
and legs.
That's it. Right.
She's not using her upper body. It's all legs and
And she's clearly been working out.
Yeah. So I'll say this: I've not been tapped into the Nia Jax story that often. I remember there was a time where people were, well, just in general, just where she's at.
Yeah.
I remember there was a time where people were hating on her super heavy, and I ain't like that shit just because I know she's not black, but she's brown, and I don't like it when we pile on brown women, especially. She big, and people want to try to call her out for that. I think she's a big, beautiful woman, and it's all good. I don't give a fuck about her wrestling skills. I just felt like the way that they came at her was a little too toxic for me. So hopefully she's in a better space now. So
she got better.
She got better. I'll say this. I think this is the one match on the show where I wasn't 100% sure of what the outcome was going to be.
Yeah.
I did kind of think that that Bailey would lose, but I still had. This is the only match where I had a little bit of doubt in terms of the outcome. So, it was solid. Nia being a champ is dope. So it was cool.
What's your thoughts about it, Bill Cratch?
She earned that. You know what I mean? When she like her second run, she earned that. She's earned carrying that title. Like now, is she transitional or not? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if her and Tiffany Stratton finna have this underlying thing where Tiffany Stratton is ready to cash that pink Money in the Bank briefcase / purse in, but she earned that. You know what I'm saying? Nia Jax earned that. She got her moment at Hot WrestleMania. She got it.
I definitely think it was a solid match. Like you said, Nia won the Queen of the Ring in the fashion she did. We needed a dominant heel in the women's division. Nia, now we got that monster dominant heel, and I hope this ain't no eventual Charlotte coming back. Yada 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 shit. Let her ride this out. And you know what I'm saying? You got other people over there. You got some history with Jade Cargill. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So let her, that they can you don't have to have a technical good match with them two. Hard hitting. Like you talk about like them slap meat matches. That's a match I want to Sorry, babe. That shit.
Slap meat.
So they got some definitely.
Slap meat.
They definitely got some. They definitely got some new people for her. So right. I want to see her hold well into WrestleMania probably, man. Let her.
Yeah.
Run with it, man. But we know what's about to happen.
So
the damn queen coming back.
Oh man.
Stop giving her the title, bro. Man. Just stop it.
They got this Tiff Stratton person. They didn't, they trying to line that up.
Yep.
They trying to line that up. Charlotte and Tiff Stratton,
So let's go on to the next match, man. I don't know what to think about this match, but last week on our episode, we said that Drew McIntyre and CM Punk had to come through with this match. Drew McIntyre defeated CM Punk in the grudge match with the special guest referee Seth Rollins. How did y'all feel about this match? Did you think that it delivered or did it not deliver?
I think
I'm tired of CM Punk already.
I don't care for CM Punk. I do think
move.
Yeah, get out the way. But also, I do think that what this match did was kind of transition into what people really want to see, which is Seth and CM Punk kind of have So I think I didn't think the match was great, but I think that I think it accomplished what it was supposed to.
What the best way, yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
I got nothing. I'm tired of CM Punk, bro.
I thought they were gonna. I really thought they were gonna. They kind of teased us with the Undertaker Brett chair spot from what was that? 90.
They almost did. They almost did though.
97, 96, 97.
Yeah, with Sean as the ref, and then church that. So they almost. I thought they were gonna do that. And they kind of teased it and then went in a different direction. So I thought that was cool too.
I like the match, man. Push story forward, layered it out. Got Seth Rollins involved in it. You know what I'm saying? You got a good 6 months of matches here with that. You know,
and like I said, that's the story of this SummerSlam, right? Was just all the important storylines got progressed and for the future and the things that needed to happen. So I think this match is a good example of what made the show good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I, didn't expect CM Punk to take the L. I didn't know how he's gonna get out of here with Drew McIntyre taking the L, but it was booked perfectly to me. I felt like Punk was just too emotional. You know what I'm saying? Seth on that bullshit. Punk gonna slap the shit out of Seth tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And I just felt like they layered the story out a little bit more, and I like that.
No, for sure. Yeah, I agree.
Catch, what you think about that? Oh, that was my match. I predicted that match too.
You did. You called that.
I just want to say that. I just want to say that.
You did.
You called that. I mean, I agree. It was a good segue into hopefully we get Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood out of this.
Yeah.
If we don't get Hell in a Cell out of it, then I'm gonna be upset. So for right now, I'm gonna say, it's cool. Like CM Punk on his John Wick shit because the bracelet got his dog on it and he loves his dog.
Oh, is that what the bracelet was about?
Yeah. It got his dog and his wife on there.
Yeah.
So I'm cool with that.
I think so.
Yeah, so I'm cool. I'm cool with that. Like if it leads into Hell in a Cell of Bad Blood, then phenomenal job. But if it don't, then we'll revisit it. I'm gonna be upset because like, what we doing? You know what I'm saying?
100%.
All right, 2 more matches, fellas. Next match is the Gunther, new world heavyweight champion, defeating Damian Priest with the help of Finn Balor. Well, not the help, but Finn Balor turns on Damian Priest.
Favorite match of the night.
Match of the night.
Best match of the night.
Shit.
Best decision of the night. Best everything. Gunther is one of my favorite wrestlers on the planet. Also, got to give Damian Priest his props. I've always thought he was a good wrestler, but I think this is by far his best match.
He's been on
Definitely got elevated last night. Definitely got elevated. Definitely slapped Gunther harder than Gunther was hitting him.
Right.
He was tagging Gunther, bro. I'm like,
he was leaking, bro.
He really, so he's laying in that shit. So
when you make somebody bleed from a blunt force trauma is crazy. Bro.
Right.
Yeah.
That shit was just.
Yeah, he was bleeding. I'm like, shit.
Yeah,
he was still bleeding during the interviews afterwards.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And that just made Gunther look way better. You know what I'm saying? Like, once again, my wife watches with me. She's just the most casual fan.
Mm.
So when she's enamored, when she sees somebody like, oh shit, and she knows them, you know what I'm saying? It means more to me because it's like he made an impression on her. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like she saw Melo and Andrade wrestle on SmackDown. She's like, God damn! Now she knows them by name.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But she's, Gunther, she'd be like, man, did that nigga again? And he come, he just do everything so vicious, man. But Damian Priest really, really brought it this match, man. I really like him better coming out of it.
Yeah, I do too. And this was a good, like I said, Gunther. We know Gunther and what he does and how he delivers in big spots and big matches. But I really thought this was an elevated moment for Damian Priest too. So I'm excited to see. I'm kind of excited to see what he does after this too, man.
Yeah.
So,
you got a blood feud coming up.
Yeah. So we'll see. But yeah, this was my favorite match of the night, and I thought it was the best match of the show too.
Catch, what you think about this match?
Best match of the night. Yeah, like I never seen Damian Priest. Like I never really looked at him in that light, but like last night, kind of like I'm looking forward to see what happens next. And then even with the whole Judgment Day story, like
yeah,
are they all in on it, or is some of them oblivious to it? Like is Carlito like kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like what the fuck y'all doing?
I can't wait tomorrow for it. I can't wait to tomorrow.
Yeah, like what? Like do
I watched that match twice last night.
Yeah, match was.
I like when Priest was it looked like he was out of there and his rage, you know what I'm saying? He just went for Finn, you know what I'm saying, and grabbed him. I'm like, oh shit, like that was a good ass match.
Yeah, but it looked like Gunther really trying to kill you with that. But you know what I'm saying? Like his sleeper holder, like, bro, I get to the back, like, hey man, what the fuck wrong with you, man?
Hey man,
bro, you sense that shit in. Like,
how long does he hold that belt? How long does Gunther hold the title?
It's gonna be a long time. It gotta be a long time.
You gotta let him. He gotta, man.
You gotta rock.
He should have it for a long time.
Past WrestleMania.
He should
really established
like next SummerSlam, like that long, like next SummerSlam, like
it gotta be above It gotta be above 200 days.
And it's gotta be, and it's gotta be a thing where he's not losing it. And you know what? This has got to be Chad Gable's time right here.
I don't know. They might do Cena. They might do Cena, y'all. They might do Cena.
I was thinking that because this is last run.
Next SummerSlam, and then Chad Gable should be them.
You're right.
I'm with you because I'm a big Chad Gable fan. But Cena break Flair record because WWE ain't fucking Flair?
They ain't giving him that Flair record. Flair on that bullshit.
Cena got to go against Cody. Cena got to go against Cody. Cena got to go against Cody. It's the most over wrestler. Yeah.
But we got to see The Rock versus Cody at some point, right?
Yeah, that's what's going to happen over there. Gunther and
Cena, Rock not retiring.
Cena conquering hero.
Hey, you think they're saving The Rock for Cody? Wouldn't it be Reigns? Wouldn't it be Roman?
It's Reigns.
I think you got two blockbuster. You got two blockbuster matches right there.
Yeah,
you definitely got a Rock and Cody match that can happen. You got a Reigns and a Rock match.
It's Cody and John Cena, bro.
It seems clear that they have been building the quote unquote final boss character as Roman Reigns for the end of the entire bloodline story.
Yeah,
has to be a redeemed Roman Reigns going against
final boss
who has been the mastermind of everything the whole time.
I agree.
Right.
That would actually be kind of fire, low key. If they
I agree.
That would be.
John Cena versus Cody, the most two comparable wrestlers against each other.
True.
The two baby faces of the decades.
Yeah, so
hopefully Cody go Homelander in that match.
Yeah, I would love to see.
Speaking of Cody Rhodes regains his world championship match against Solo Sikoa with the Roman Reigns basically re-debuting at the first time since WrestleMania. What y'all think about this match against Solo Sikoa?
Again, I thought it was, this is two wrestlers that I'm not a fan of. Flat out, I'll just say that.
You don't like Solo Sikoa either?
No.
How about Jacob Fry?
Love Jacob Fry too. Love Jacob
Fry too was him.
Tom Tongue was my dude too. Seeing them in WWE, as a matter of fact, is crazy.
Cool.
What about the other not Samoan, but Tongan?
Tongaloa?
Yeah.
His brother? He's a good athlete. I don't think he's that great of a wrestler though. I love Tonga. You talking about Tama Tonga or his brother?
The dude with the
he had the eye patch.
I don't really care for him.
He is terrible. He's terrible.
Yeah, in New Japan, I didn't care for him either. Their whole Gorillas of Destiny tag team was fire, but it was mostly Tama Tonga just being dope. But
I'm not familiar with them two together and stuff.
Yeah.
Besides
this match
WWE
was, I didn't think it was anything special in the ring wise, but again, did what it needed to, set up some dope stuff. The biggest moment of the show, which I think we all knew was coming, but again, that's not necessarily a bad thing, right?
Nope.
It's them delivering and not dropping the ball on something that should have been delivered.
Yep.
Because if it was Jimmy Uso, it would have been a problem.
I wanted Jimmy Uso to come. I told you
before Roman.
Yeah, I wanted him to come though.
That's Jimmy Uso. Everybody,
Jimmy Uso right there. We're Roman, like Roman. But it's
bro, what if they play Roman's music, but Jimmy Uso came out?
Oh my God, bro! It would have been a riot in Cleveland, bro.
Right?
Yo, you talk about something that Vince would do. That's something Vince would do for sure.
Yeah, that's a Vince shit.
Look at him! Look how disappointed they are.
Gotcha.
They did that whole shit with CM Punk, didn't they? They did that shit with CM Punk music one time.
Yes.
That
shit was
great, solid match. Hopefully Jacob Fatu not really hurt. They really just settled it. You know what I'm saying?
I think he is, man.
No, there's no doubt about it. He's hurt for real. They caught him off camera in a boot. He's hurt.
I heard they told him to sell it.
And
you think that was all the work?
I hope
not. I heard they told him to sell it to keep him and Roman away.
He's so good.
I hope you're right, but if that's true,
so.
It's an elite work, because I think people have quote unquote spotted him off like kayfabe or the opposite of kayfabe in real life actually.
Well, if he in a walking boot, I was hoping it wasn't an ACL tear or, you know what I'm saying.
It looked to me like a ankle, yeah.
Okay.
Like a high ankle sprain, but which those take forever.
Bro, nigga, I had a high ankle sprain when I was 24, and I don't think I ever recovered from it. Like, full stop. I don't think I was ever the same again after that. That was the end, low key. Like, that might have been the end of my high level basketball career.
High ankle sprain.
Nigga, that shit happened at the YMCA in Atlanta rec game.
Yeah, he need
I was
definitely.
quick until I had 30. Bitch ass nigga came up and undercut.
Hey, I can tell you still feel that bitch.
Hey, right. That shit hit. That shit hit hard, bro.
That
shit hit hard, man. But fellas, man, really appreciate y'all for coming on. We're gonna wrap up the show today. Really appreciate y'all for coming on, man. Sorry for holding y'all this long, man.
No, it's all good.
You know what I'm saying? Great conversation, man. And man, looking forward to definitely diving back into the album again, man. And Hir-o, I want to hear that album you got in the works too. And Noveliss, what's next? What you got? Anything coming up or?
Really just me and him we've been kind of getting back into doing shows. Got my emails starting to get hit with a lot of people that want us to come out. So I'll probably just getting back into performing. I really haven't been doing a lot of shows over the last couple of years. So me and him will probably just start performing more and we talked about this before. I really want to make some sync licensing stuff happen from this album. I want to try to get Hyper Combo on some
fighting games
and things like that.
And some tournaments, man. I'm telling you, them tournaments they be having.
We have some dates that we can't announce yet, but we will be out there. Yeah, we'll be out there, and it'll be cool.
Dope.
Okay, man. Definitely gonna try to hit them, man. Once again, thanks for coming on, man.
Let's
wrapping it up now.
Let's get to Pontiac, bro. Get us a venue in Pontiac, bro. We'll do a show out there.
I got you.
Let's make it happen.
Got you.
There it is.
I don't know if y'all can hear me.
Pay-per-view? Can we get something together where we watching the next pay-per-view or something?
We can do something. We used to me and Nav used to do all the AEW pay-per-views together. Try to get back on schedule with that. But I'm down for whatever. Let's get it popping.
Don't invite me to those.
You said don't.
Don't invite me to the
AEW. Who is the biggest hater, bro?
AEW hater.
Man, I've gotten better.
Have you? I don't know.
I've gotten better at being a hater.
That sounds more like it.
All right, fellas, we gonna wrap it up, man. My wife made spaghetti, man. I'm about to go eat. So, man,
Yo,
anything else?
My power went out at I don't know what.
I heard everybody power going out. Not mine. I'm about to play my game in this college football. Right?
Turn the difficulty down, bro, before you have a heart attack.
Nah, bro, I'm bashing it, bro. They be cheating.
Yo, one thing I got a question to ask Noveliss, man, before we get out. In AEW, man, how do you like how they doing Okada right now?
I think it's interesting. I've liked it because I think it's completely different from what he was in New Japan. And I think if you tried to bring him in and have him be what he was in New Japan and it fall flat, the fans would have been like, looking at him sideways. So I think it's cool and then when he has big matches, he delivers. He has great matches. So I think it's cool. I think it's different.
Him as a heel is super interesting.
And him as a heel is hilarious.
Yeah,
well.
He's funny as fuck.
I want to see the serious Okada right now. I like the aspect that I want to see the serious Okada right now, though.
I do too, and I think eventually we will.
He needs a foil,
but I think they're waiting for Omega to come back from
clearly
that surgery.
So it's actually kind of interesting. It's almost like a sort of a similar parallel to the Bloodline story in that you got Kenny Omega, who used to be the ringleader of the Elite, who's now gone away, and you got the Bloodline. You had Roman Reigns, who was the ringleader of the Bloodline. Now he's gone away. Now they're gonna bring Roman back as the foil to the Bloodline. It's clear they're gonna bring back Kenny as the foil to the Elite. And Okada's gonna be his final boss.
Yeah. So I think we'll get it. I think it just all depends on when Kenny comes back.
Yeah, man, he needs to hurry up and stop almost dying.
Yeah, he's a lot of. He got surgery, and I heard the original plan was for them to do Okada and Omega at the Wembley show. They're all in, but now
he's not gonna be ready.
He's not gonna be ready, so they're gonna have to push it back further. So we'll see.
Cool.
Well, thanks, man. I'm sorry that my power went out, man. But
good, man. It's all good.
I appreciate you guys coming on to the show, man, fellas, man. Been on here for a minute.
Hey, basketball season. Don't let the Pistons win 4 games in a row on y'all ass, nigga.
Exactly.
Don't let us get to 15 wins on the season. Hey, I ain't gonna never shut up about that shit.
Exactly.
30 wins. I'm outside, dog.
Facts.
I'm outside. I'm going.
I already spent way too much money on my little half-season tickets. My little half.
Me too, bro.
Hey, we got season tickets too. My wife got my father-in-law has season tickets, so we be out.
You got them free with a hot and ready purchase. After that season last year, that's when everybody got season tickets, nigga.
Right.
Came free with a hot and ready. Y'all gonna win 11 games. 11 games.
Let me be anything less than a superstar, and I'm frying.
Right. 30. We get 30 games.
Right.
I can see
that. Make sure y'all go out and get that Cyberpunk Rapsody out now on every streaming service that you could go on to, man. But man, guys, we buy the vinyl.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Make sure y'all buy the vinyl, man. But guys, I appreciate y'all coming on to the show, man. We got to kick it like this again. Guys, y'all got anything else to say to the people out there in the world?
We're about to record our podcast right this instant. So listen
okay.
To our podcast, the Swordcast on Noveliss' YouTube page.
Yeah, I'm about to tune in because I ain't got no power, so. Oh my God. All right, man. We see y'all next week. Same hot time, same hot channel, man. See y'all next Sunday. Peace.